Midnight music. Midnight music. Midnight music. Midnight music. Midnight music.
Okay, so before Frank's middle name was Tortellini, he was originally going to be called Frank Gabagool.
Nah, Tortellini's better.
I know.
Is it going to be
But
part of
then
the
I was just going.
It's going to be part of the Tony D'Angelo's fucking mafia?
What?
No,
Strike.
Franklin would have his own mafia.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this majestic man. Do
A
you
rival
see him?
gang.
Frank and the Tortellinis. The
Also-
Tortellini group.
It's like the Squirtle Squad running around.
Mr. Tortellini had a huge.
Oh, huge what?
Did we lose Pay Murphy?
Huge, like how big? Huge.
Huge. There we go, Goldschmidt.
Huge. We did definitely just lose K. Did Santana
Oh, the Reds gonna score but first. Let's
did
go.
Santana and Ortiz start working on K's electricity again?
Ugh.
While K tries to get themselves together, I'm gonna
Eddie Kingston at it again,
start
dude.
posting our stuff. What did Eddie Kingston do now?
No, he struck K's internet.
Yeah, it's Santana and Ortiz.
Rolling the dice. That's what we're calling
Yeah,
this
double or
thing.
nothings this weekend.
Oh, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
There you are.
I don't know what happened. I was talking and then it just froze. Then I just went, "Oh no!" So what was the last thing you heard
Something
me
about
say?
he has a huge, and that's what we lost. Yeah.
So Franklin had a huge milestone this past weekend.
Damn it!
So
Sorry.
he turned 9 3/4 months
Okay.
old.
Wait,
So
really? Wait, really? K three.
so
How does that work?
I did the math.
My God. Hey, Wade. Shout out to Wade who's here for our pre-show. And thank you
Hi,
for
Wade.
looking into my Twitter banter this past Monday.
So Franklin So his birthday is observed August 1st because he was he was a month and a half when I got him, and I got him mid-September. So just for the sake of evenness, I just celebrate his birthday August 1st.
Gotcha.
So 9 3/4, so the month is like about 4 weeks-ish. So about 3 weeks into the month is 3/4 of the month is passed. So I got him a little wizard hat that would fit him as a little sorting hat, and I found pet toys for each corresponding house.
Gotcha.
And I laid them out, and I put the hat on him, and he had to go choose which one he felt was appropriate for him. Would you like to guess what house he chose?
Slytherin.
No.
Loser.
Got him.
So, hardcore. What are you doing, sir? Because he's like super inquisitive. Like he loves getting into things and going into things. Oh my god, the internet went out on my TV, so I need to get AEW on. Fuck.
Internet went out on your TV, which means which means Kay, your internet's about to go.
Also
Yeah.
out.
Unless this was from before when my internet went and I just didn't look at the television. Franklin, are you alright? He jumped off of my chair and now he's just on the floor. Oh. Anyway, so he chose Hufflepuff.
He chose violence.
No, he did not choose violence. He's a Hufflepuff.
He did not So I too am a
By the way,
Hufflepuff,
Wade got
so
that
I'm
correct.
very-
Wade, are you also a Hufflepuff?
Are you a
I
Hufflepuff?
can see Wade as a Hufflepuff, to be honest with you. Shout out to Wade, by the way. And also, hello,
Did we
Kavita.
just shout out? Hi, Kavita. So Frank, like in general, really likes getting into stuff. Like he likes crawling in things. He loves to climb. He likes to go behind things to see what's there. He sits on the windowsill. It's like his throne, and he just watches as if he's keeping watch. He loves to people watch. But no, he chose Hufflepuff. But Hufflepuff's very, very loyal.
I think I'm a Hufflepuff.
Really?
I think so.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not see you as a Hufflepuff at all.
Me neither.
Mind you, I know nothing about the shit, so... Well, we lost your camera, by the way.
I know. Give me a second. Hang on.
Okay.
What is y'all's relationship with Harry Potter?
Slim to none.
Okay.
I looked like him growing up.
Oh, Wade, you're a Slytherin? Word, welcome to the club, homie.
I used to be a Slytherin. And
Dude,
then
everyone called me Harry Potter growing up.
You could have pulled it off real well.
Dude, I did. My hair, my hair was pretty crazy.
Did you ever wear, like, the robe and everything, too, for, like, Halloween? And be like, I'm Potter.
Oh, okay.
I
Oh,
only know that I'm a Slytherin because I was coerced or forced to take a Pottermore test, or V Pottermore test.
I think everyone should have to take it.
No, you should not.
But I think it's...
It means absolutely nothing.
That's not true. I feel like you have a good insight on who a person is based on their Hogwarts house.
There's a bunch
And
of more. There's a bunch of more credible personality tests that you can take.
And those aren't real. Yeah, personality tests aren't real.
Shit. I just stepped on...
Everyone's different. You know, there's people who have similar personalities, but I guess personality type. Everyone's different, right? We're all unique people.
Well, with Hogwarts houses, the traits specifically, I guess, are like the virtues of the house. Like wit and learning and education is like Ravenclaw's traits. Slytherins are very cunning. Gryffindors value bravery.
It's like astrology. That's how I think of it. What's your Hogwarts house? I'm an aquarium.
Aquarius.
An aquarium.
Yeah, no, I'm Aquarius.
Yeah, you just missed Pisces by like a day.
Yeah, you're the cusp.
Yeah, I know.
You're an Aquarius Pisces cusp.
And it's like, oh, what's your rising moon? It's like, this is even more made up. Now it's just, that's how you know it's made up. There's so many layers that just don't make any sense.
They do make sense.
There's a complexity to it, but I'm not privy
Your
to
birth
it.
chart. I am. So your birth chart is based. So you have to know what's like where, like your location and time of birth. So that shows where the planets were aligned when you were born. That's where your things like your sun and your rising and your moon comes from, and then there's the different like planets, like those are like the different houses, and each house make up like a part of someone's like personality, if that makes any sense.
No, I get that.
Like, for example, cancers are like mad sensitive and cry
They're a
a
water
lot.
sign.
Yes, I'm a Leo. We are fire signs. I'm mad fucking
You
dramatic.
scream a lot too.
I do.
Just thought I'd let you know.
But I've always fucked with astrology and horoscopes and all that. Like,
I know there are some
obviously.
religions that are based off of horoscopes. I believe Hindu. Correct me if I'm wrong. Basically.
I think Hindu like take stock in it, but I don't know how much.
I'm not sure either.
I don't think I've ever met someone who's Hindu.
Yes, you have.
I have. Kavitas? I didn't know she's Hindu. Oh. Well, I guess I have. I have officially been stood corrected.
Alright, so let me show you how Liquid IV works before we go live. So it's literally like this little packet like right here. So it's almost like making your own personal Kool-Aid, but like healthier.
Ooh,
It's like
I
Crystal
Kool-Aid.
Light, but healthy.
Yeah, you just pour it into like a 16-ounce cup like so. I obviously, being of my ethnicity, chose the grape. Also,
I would
because it's fucking
probably choose
delicious.
the grape.
Okay.
Yeah, I would also probably choose the grape. I'm a big fan of grape flavor. Big fan of grapes. Shout
Oh,
out to
grapes are amazing.
I bought grapes today, but I don't like grape flavor.
All right, dude. The best part of grapes is just eating them for free out of the bag. And
My dad did that all the time.
Dude, I do. I still do
He
that. all the
swears it's
time.
just
You
to
kidding me?
taste them out. See how red they are.
Yeah, it's the test, dude. It's the test. Make sure it's not poison. Eating a bag of purple grapes is harmless.
I went to this
It's America's popcorn.
I went to the fruit market today, and I had the best time. Like, this is how you know, like, I'm getting fucking over. Like, I went to United Bros Fruit Market and had the time of my fucking life getting produce.
I mean, I'm gonna have the time of my life going to the supermarket because I don't have food in my house. Because I had.
Yeah, I need to grocery shop. Like, so like, I got produce today. So like, I have like ingredients, so like I can scrounge up a meal. And like, I have like, obviously I keep things like tuna on hand, mac and cheese, grilled cheese, like ingredients.
Yeah, I don't even think I keep bread in my house, to be honest with you.
I always have like like oatmeal, cereal.
Well, Will's internet just cut out, so it's just me and you right now, okay?
Oh my, he looks like he's like in a meditative state with how he's frozen.
High.
Did he smoke yet?
I don't know, actually.
Franklin, there you are, my sweet friend. You are very cute and small, but I think you're gonna have to go in the sun now.
So I found out about Liquid IV because I started listening to the Christopher Titus podcast. Oh my god, it's fucking amazing. Do you listen? He just recorded his 10th show. Yeah, it was a great show. You ever listen to his stand-up? Okay, well, because, like, you know how much do you know, like, he has, like, a second wife? More so in he got divorced and he remarried? But Liquid IV, yes, but she is on the show. It's like, because like if you follow Titus' stand-up, he talks. His stand-up is just about his life. So every special is like an update on his life. So it's pretty funny. So it's cool to listen to. But I think he's really good. He was sponsored by Liquid IV, and I was like, I really gotta try this one day. So then like I bought a couple of packets. Well, I bought like the big packets that come in things, and like it really is like an instant wake up. There's one that's like an energy. Yeah. Don't we all?
All right. Stay at the office.
Yeah, right? Welcome
All
back,
right,
Will.
now it's Ricky's turn.
No, because then we won't have anything to stream. Are you good now, Will?
Yeah, I don't know what happens. It just
Mhm.
kicked out in a few minutes and it kicked back on. You know, this is actually a third person, including myself, hearing that internet went out today.
Huh.
Thanks, Biden. Let's go, Brandon. Am I right?
No.
Oh my
No,
God.
you're not
No.
right.
No.
Not at all.
We don't say that here.
I'll say it again.
No.
Fuck that. Fuck Joe Biden.
No, not the fuck Joe Biden. You can say fuck Joe Biden. We don't like Let's Go Brandon.
Same thing. All right.
No, it's not.
It totally is.
No, it's not.
Let's go, Brandon. Literally means fuck Joe Biden.
No, let's go Brandon. I mean, let's go Brandon. It's Republicans tried to switch it to say fuck Joe Biden as in code. Like you couldn't
Dude,
just
they were
like you
chanting.
couldn't just say fuck Joe Biden.
They were chanting "fuck Joe Biden" at the. You know what it's from? The whole the NASCAR rally.
I
They
know
were
it's from
chanting fuck
something.
Joe Biden.
Yeah, they were
They
chanting
were
"fuck
chanting,
Joe Biden."
and
The
it sounded
TV
like it said "Let's Go
No,
Brandon."
it didn't. It didn't at all. The TV announcer was just like they're saying "Let's go, Brandon" because the racer's name was Brandon, the guy who won, and he was being
Wow.
interviewed on live television. So that's why it means. That's why "Let's go, Brandon." That's the whole thing about "Let's go, Brandon," because of a gaffe from a news anchor. Which, hey, from a reporter. Which, hey, you can't. You just gotta kind of acknowledge the chant in some way. It shows he went with "Let's go, Brandon."
Yeah, like that's.
I have
It's
found
not her fault. It's not her fault.
No.
the people that have since used and continue to use "Let's Go Brandon" are not the best.
Yeah, it's a total right wing thing. It's still hilarious.
Not the
though.
best or brightest.
Oh, it's hilarious. Let's go, Brandon. Is
Definitely
hilarious.
There's still. I was riding down Sunrise Highway, the other week, and there's like a. It used to be a bigger group when around the last presidential election. So now it's like the small contingent of people that like literally hang out all day by the Massapequa train station with like Trump flags still.
Adorable.
But like it's
There are
sad. It's sad
Like,
because
the
like it's
peop-
not just the parents, it's not just the adults, but like it's their kids and stuff too.
the brainwashing.
That's
Yeah.
a damn shame. That's a damn
Like the
shame.
people that genuinely think he's gonna run in 2024.
Oh, he's gonna run in 2024.
He's not making it out of the primaries, I don't think.
Oh
I
no,
don't-
he might win,
Nah.
dude.
Now with
dude,
that, isn't he coming out with? Isn't that he coming
he's
out with
winning
that?
those primaries easy.
Isn't he
He's
coming out with that
he's-
dumbass book, the crime of the century?
He's writing a book.
Yeah, he's writing a book about the 2020 presidential
Trump
election.
is?
Wait. Trump is saying that losing his loss is the crime of the century.
Well, that's not surprising. I'm surprised he's writing a book.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
Crazy.
Who's actually writing the book though? Because I don't think he can read.
No, he's got his hands on this book. Look it up.
Anyway, he's winning those primaries easy peasy. He's gonna walk right in and then walk to that primary and then beat a nomination. Easy peasy. Unless he dies. That's the only way he doesn't get the nomination. He dies.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. So what? 2 years away? Because we're
Same with Joe Biden,
We're
by the way.
midterms.
The only way he's not getting that nomination.
Biden
is
will
if he dies.
1,000% die.
I hope he doesn't
Well,
die.
I don't want to wish. I
But-
don't want to wish death on somebody. On
I'm
this
not.
show.
I'm
Yeah.
not wishing death on anybody, but that's the only way we're not getting that rematch in 2024. Is if one of them dies.
Unless someone
have
else
fun
rises
voting.
up from a Dem party, which I don't think it will. I mean,
Like-
usually
like
the incumbent
who?
stays. 'Cause-
Yeah, the incumbent has to stay,
Yeah.
otherwise it's a sign of severe weakness.
yeah.
And Kamala sure as shit ain't gonna make it.
No, Kamala's not going to run.
Yeah.
Nobody likes Kamala, including people in the government.
I don't even know what she's done, to be honest with you. I mean,
Nothing.
but then again, I don't know what many vice presidents do, because a lot of her stuff usually just doesn't go really like mentioned.
Well, the thing about vice presidents are supposed to just stay out of the way. Like
Yeah.
vice presidents aren't supposed to make headlines, whereas Kamala can't stop making headlines for not being like she can't speak.
But like, I haven't heard
She's-
any headlines from her.
She
That's
just
the
doesn't know how
thing.
to speak.
Like, I haven't heard anything about Kamala Harris.
Because you've been paying it. Yeah, well, you haven't been looking in the right places, I guess. Because every time she opens her mouth, it's a headline.
But like, where? I
Because-
haven't heard anything.
So she's like, what? She's like,
I have heard none of this.
when Russia first invaded, this Kamala was like speaking in Poland, and she was like, Russia is a big country,
Well,
and
yes.
Ukraine is a smaller country, and Russia invaded the Ukraine, and that's just bad. That's like verbatim what she said.
Well, she's not wrong.
But just watch the clips. It's like this woman just cannot speak, and she's a moron.
I don't know about that. We had Bush too.
I mean, at least Bush could form a full sentence.
No, he made
like
up
when
words.
She speaks like she's talking to 4-year-olds.
I'd rather
Kamala
that than
Harris
somebody.
does.
Well, sometimes you have to talk to 4-year-olds. Have you seen the people in this country? Sometimes you got to do that. Oh,
No, but you speak to 4-year-olds like that, not the Prime Minister of Poland.
it's Poland.
In the Polish press,
It's
in the American press, for that.
and how many
matter.
Polish jokes have you done growing up?
Oh, thousands.
Okay,
That
then.
their food tastes like poverty. We don't speak to them like they're 4 years old.
I don't know. I've had kielbasa, and they're that shit's amazing.
Kabasi's so good.
kielbasa,
Yeah,
yeah.
dude,
Like,
it just tastes for me. It's just like, wow, this is what poor people eat.
Really, you've
I
never had
hate
kielbasa?
Polish food. I have, dude. I'm Polish. I hate it. It's awful.
I
Have you
love
had cabbage
kielbasa.
soup? It's disgusting.
No, why would you put cabbage in soup?
They do, because they're poor.
That sounds horrible.
They're poor.
My ex-boyfriend was half Irish, half Polish,
Ooh.
and yeah, it was rough.
Ugh. Yeah, dude.
Um,
There's this bad
that man-
all around.
That dude could not cook for shit.
Also, I did grow up with the Italian half, so I was totally spoiled.
That's the thing. Like, in terms of my DNA, like, I am mostly Irish, but I'm also Italian, so that saves me.
I'm 50% Italian, which means my mother is 100% Italian. And my grandmother made her own pasta sauce from scratch, and god damn it was perfection. Absolute perfection.
I have my mom's sauce recipe.
Oh,
Let's say, do you have the
perfect.
recipe?
Nice and creamy.
Yeah.
No, it's not actually.
Yeah,
Will,
yeah.
do you have the recipe?
My mom does.
Okay.
Yeah. My mom does it pretty
Better
well.
get a photocopy
I
of that
got it.
shit.
I got it from my mom last year.
So my grandmother also used to make pie crust from scratch.
That's hard, dude.
And she had a recipe, and like my mom found it, but there's no measurements. It's just like just brown sugar.
Yeah, that's when my
just brown sugar.
that's when my dad writes down recipes. They're all suggestions, really.
Yeah. There's no
Measure-
direct measurements.
Measure with your heart.
Yeah. It's just
There are
vanilla
certain
extract. Just not how much vanilla extract.
Yeah.
Vanilla extract, one of those things you gotta measure with your heart. Garlic, measure with your heart. Cheese, measure with your heart.
Oh, definitely cheese.
Amen.
Butter. measure
Cheese
with
and
your
cheese,
heart.
garlic definitely measure with your heart.
Guac
1,000%.
too. Measure with your heart. Just guac just means if it's guac, just don't stop. Just keep pouring it on. All
I
right.
make
Yeah.
like I need to like experiment with making mac and cheese from scratch because I haven't done that yet. But like I like zhuzh the fuck up like Kraft.
It
Like I
shouldn't
don't
be
just
that
make
hard. It's just it's a matter of picking the right
no,
cheeses
not at all. I just haven't.
and the right noodles.
Yes.
And you need, yes, flour, milk, and cheese to make the actual sauce.
Yeah. hmm
Yeah, you'll be good.
Some garlic
Yeah.
powder.
I have garlic powder then I put breadcrumbs on top, bake it in the oven.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Get that nice crisp on top.
all right. We can
Nice
talk.
Uh-huh.
We
gooey in
can
the
talk
middle.
about food, even though I have not had dinner yet, and I need to. But
Ugh.
Ugh.
don't.
Now I want mac and cheese.
well, you can get that later because now we have to talk about wrestling for a little bit. So we should get the show started. So it's all about the Rue. Okay.
Should I make mac and cheese on the post show?
Yes, you should. I'll probably have ramen. I put last thing. I put
Oh my
red
God.
pepper spice in my red pepper seasoning. Sorry, like the crushed red peppers into my ramen. Amazing.
Wow, how adult of you.
Listen. I needed to breathe somehow.
Yeah,
Uh,
dude, I hear you.
and
That's,
I think we just
that's
lost Kay
fair.
again.
Yeah. What if we did our challenge again? We had to like eat the jalapeno with wasabi and like whatever. What was that challenge? It's like
Oh, it was because
Tabasco, wasabi, and
all right, because I did this because it was yeah, it was like a jalapeno, whole jalapeno, dipped in, smothered in Tabasco, dipped in wasabi.
that's what it was.
Because I was so confident that we were gonna win, and then
And fucking Dave,
and
dude.
Dave, yeah,
Dave did the whole thing up. Oh my god.
yeah.
That was awful. Wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, but it still wasn't
Oh, that was
fun.
rough. Yeah, it's on our video on our Facebook page.
I was like, my butthole hurts after that
Yeah,
one.
it was rough. Kay, are you back?
It was very stingy.
Yeah, my internet's like being so weird. I don't understand what's going on. I'm
You need to
annoyed.
diversify your bonds. All right, let's get this started. Will, are you ready?
Yeah, sir, I'm ready.
Do you want me to record this one again, like we do per use?
Yeah, do whatever you want to do.
Well, I'll save some energy because I have my laptop on too, monitoring from the other side. So,
All right. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Midnight music.
coming up this week on Kings of the Rings podcast, we are going all in this week as we attempt to predict the supercard that is AEW's Double or Nothing pay-per-view. Plus, WWE doubles down on Sasha and Naomi, Stephanie McMahon walks away from a WWE table, and Ringside News really showed their hand this week on Twitter. So be sure to check that money line before you finish this episode, because we're rolling the dice on this 293rd episode of Kings of the Rings podcast, exclusively on Wrestle Addict Radio, and it starts right now.
Midnight music.
Let's see how long Cade Murphy's internet stays on.
18 minutes.
Oh my
no
God.
more, no less.
Don't-
Let's see what happens, folks.
Don't say that. Don't fucking say that.
We're going to say a lot of saucy stuff, I believe, in this first part of the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome
I have so much to
to
say. My internet
episode
can't go out.
293 of King's Rings podcast, Rolling with Dice. I am your host, King Ricky Rose, along with Willie T, Will Tarashuk, and the K. Murphy, the HBIC themselves. Thank you guys for joining us once again live on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and my personal Facebook for all of my friends out there. We are going to focus mostly on AEW this week as they have one of their major pay-per-view events, Double or Nothing, coming live from Vegas this Sunday on, guess what, Memorial Day weekend. So everybody does not have an excuse because no one's working on Monday. And I'm still not going to buy it.
I am.
I'm still not going to buy it. But before we get to that, let's do a little bit of checking. Well, Tarashuk, how are you, sir?
I am good, dude. I am on cloud nine. I interviewed one of my podcast heroes, and Andrew Zarian, the other day, and the episode aired this morning, ladies and germs. If you want to hear me and Andrew Zarian kind of shit, we kind of shit on wrestling marks for a little bit and wrestling news, which is a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
So it's a grand old time. But other than that, TikTok pisses me off because their algorithm makes no sense. But hey, I'll take the views at ADPS podcasts. And I had free pizza at work, so I guess life can't be.
You
all
went
bad.
into work and I gave you free pizza?
Yeah, there was like I walked in the studio and I was pizza on the 10th floor. I was like, oh, word.
Nice.
So when I had a half-hour break, I got some pizza.
Regular slice or like
I love
pepperoni?
that.
It was regular slice and sausage.
Nice.
It was
Nice.
ground sausage. It was ground sausage.
Ooh, okay, so not sausage slices, so like it's actually
Yeah,
like
it
real.
was ground sausage. I thought it was a hamburger, but no, it was sausage.
love
Okay.
a good sausage slice.
K. Murphy, what is your favorite slice of pizza?
What's your favorite type of sausage, Kay?
I do like sweet Italian sausage.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
But for pizza, my ultimate favorite slice is a white slice with chicken and broccoli on it.
Interesting.
That's a good one.
But also, very close. Like it's pretty much tied. Is Sicilian.
Okay.
The place next to me has a mean Sicilian slice. I'm a big fan.
I found a dope spot where I moved to.
Wait, what?
The pizza place next to me has a mean
I have
slice.
Yeah.
I have good pizza everywhere.
Yeah.
Thank God.
I found a family-run restaurant that's been around for like 30 years, and they have been my go-to for pizza ever since I found them. And they will.
You know, I had my roommate and I went out for Venezuelan food the other night. It was so good.
Ooh, nice.
Dude, if you ever come to Hoboken, one of the best pizzas in town, Johnny Pepperoni. My God, dude. They're Johnny Peps, who have the best pizza uptown Hoboken, hands down.
Johnny
They have
Pepperoni.
the best Detroit
I
style
have a
pizza I've
question.
ever had.
Is Johnny Peps owned by Johnny Morrison?
No, it's owned by Johnny Elite and Johnny Mundo, though, co-partners.
Hi, I'm Johnny Pepperoni. This is my real hair.
Hi, I'm Johnny Pepperoni, and you're watching Jackass.
Yeah, right? So.
It's full of secrets.
Yeah, so we're going to be talking about Double or Nothing a lot, like I said, this week, as we are rolling the dice. And Double or Nothing is coming live from Las Vegas, because Las Vegas is pretty much a massive hotspot right now for any major event, probably for the next 5 years or so. Thank you so much, Allegiant Stadium.
And the sun.
And the sun, and gambling.
It's really hot there.
And gambling, and money, and, you know, all that
get
stuff.
married.
I can't fucking wait.
Yeah, you can get Stephanie McMahon and Triple H. Yeah, you get married
So you
there.
can go to the spot where Stephanie and Trips got married. I want to go to that wedding and be like, you guys just broke the law, didn't you? Like, you guys I know you guys marry drunk people all the time, but you didn't do like the ref, like
you didn't.
One, two.
You didn't even check for a pulse.
Ring the bell. Call it off. This wedding's not happening.
Did not even check for a pulse at all. We just lost Kay
Dude,
again.
going back, they should have done that. They should have totally done that.
Damn it, did we lose Kay?
Yeah, I think we lost Kay.
I'm here.
Kay's your video's not, but you're here. Okay.
No, CM Punk just came out, and I realized my closed captions aren't.
Okay, it looks like you're smoking out your fish tank. There's really a poster behind you. Like it's an exhale.
Yeah. It looks like you're growing something in that fish thing, actually.
So behind Frank's tank, it's a tapestry.
Okay,
So
that's what it
like,
is. That's
so
what
it looks like it's the forest I have hung up in his tank, like these fake. They look like cannabis plants. I didn't get them for that reason. It just happened.
Oh, that's clever. That's clever.
So because they don't like to look at their reflection, because they think they're another bearded dragon. They try to fight it. So I'm not kidding. So he'll like stand up at the
That's so amazing.
and he gets all like.
Dude, in that case, I would only have him see himself. This thing would be the most buff
put
dragon in all of history. Just fighting itself
box of
all day.
reflective mirrors. Oh.
Yeah, dude, let's have a live stream of him fighting himself. It's called Frank FC.
It gives him anxiety though,
TFC.
and I don't want him to be anxious. So he gets a lot. He is a big boy. He's like obsessed with vegetables and fruit right now, and loves to run around. He's getting big.
Gotcha. Well, he's got to do something with it. But yeah, let's get into wrestling. Let's get into some of the highlights from this week. We're not talking about LA Knight's name change. One of the things I'm not going to talk about.
Dude,
oh my God!
Don't get me fucking started. What's his name? Like, dude?
No, it's Max Dupree of Max
Dupree.
Maximum. He runs a company called Maximum Male Models.
Is it like for his period or something? Like that's what's like.
I don't know.
That's like something that's a feminine.
I just hope he
product.
brings back Tyler Breeze if he's running a male model agency.
Try our new Max Dupree Ultimate Moisturizer.
Listen, he can be Max Dupree, he can be LA Knight, he can be whoever he wants. That motherfucker's gonna be gold, and you know it.
Dude, LA Knight's a great
I loved
name,
LA Knight. I thought it was great.
It's so good.
He was so over at NXT as LA Knight. Like he was so good.
Thank you for NXT for proving still why I don't need to watch you.
It's such a shame. Blame creative for that.
I keep forgetting NXT exists.
In Your House is coming next week, so we're going to talk about that.
Yeah,
Okay.
why?
Because it's In Your House and Hell in a Cell.
I
You know what's fucked
I don't
up?
care about it.
Okay, I thought Hell in a Cell was also this Sunday, and I literally had a panic attack
Oh
today.
no, they split them by a week. Thank the Lord.
You know, because I was watching Raw, and they're saying that Hell in a Cell is in 1 week, and I go, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, 1 week.
1 week
From
Sunday.
yeah.
It was freaking. No, I was like freaking out because like
It's okay, okay.
I was at this. No. I was planning because I'm having a few people over for Punky, and I was gonna stream them both. I was gonna put fucking Hell in a Cell on in the living room and put AEW on in my
And then,
bedroom.
as if your internet could handle that.
No, it probably couldn't. But like,
Well, you can watch Double or Nothing in a movie
I
theater
was-
because they're streaming it in certain places.
That's a great idea.
They did WrestleMania too as well.
Before we get into Double Nothing, what do you guys think would
Fun.
happen if they ran pay-per-views head-to-head? WWE and AEW.
I'm waiting for it to happen.
It's gonna split the audience both
I'm
ways.
shocked it hasn't happened yet.
I think it depends on the pay-per-view. Like, for example, let's say Hell in a Cell and Double or Nothing did go up head-to-head. I think AEW gets way many more buys than Hell in a Cell gets streams. Because you can just watch Hell in a Cell on Monday.
It's
Right?
it's
It's not-
weird. It would almost depend on the card, but then also like, did WWE and WCW ever go head-to-head pay-per-view wise, or were they always split?
Well, back then, I don't think the cable providers could handle both.
So they forced them to go on like different weeks.
Yeah, they were forced to go on different. That's what I would assume. But nowadays, you totally could do that.
Yeah.
I think, unless it's like if it's a SummerSlam, I think SummerSlam blows it out of the water.
Yeah.
But if it's like a Hell in a Cell or a Battleground or a Backlash or a Night of Champions, maybe even a Money in the Bank, depending.
I don't know. Money in the
card?
Bank's hard to miss.
I'm gonna give Money in the Bank a hard possible, but doubtful.
Yeah.
Like it's definitely possible depending on the card. But any like a random pay-per-view, I think AEW would clean house.
You know why? Because AEW doesn't run shows that often. So every pay-per-view for them is a big deal. Well, that makes sense.
It feels like more must-see TV, especially because you gotta pay $50 for it.
Yeah.
But then again, depending on the way the economy is doing, maybe do people want to really save up to spend $50, or you can spend $4.99 and get all that paper and get the same quality of a show. If not better.
I also think of it like this: anybody who would buy an AEW pay-per-view also pays for Peacock.
Yes.
Okay.
So I think they would prioritize something they love over something they have.
It's a toss-up. I would love to see the numbers if we ever did head-to-head. I don't think they'll ever do it. But
it would have to be on accident.
yeah, they'd be like, "Oh fuck." But that would be interesting.
Well, the main reason I thought that they could have done it is because Cody's in the fucking Hell in the Cell. Could you imagine Cody in Hell in the Cell going up against Double or Nothing?
No,
I think that would have been wild.
Against Hangman and Punk.
Or Anarchy in the Arena, which is also happening.
Dude, I love it, dude. They were like, "We're gonna do CM Stampede again." Moxie's like, "No. I'm not doing that shit. I'm not doing it. We're gonna do something else."
Yeah. So before we get to all that, let's go through some of the bigger headlines this week. And speaking of which, more Sasha and Naomi talk. More so about what happened on SmackDown.
Bro.
So you know it's bad when Pat McAfee was looking real awkward during that speech. So they had Michael Cole continue the narrative, and even more so say that, which I found amusing, that he stated that Naomi and Sasha let millions of people down, millions of fans down around the world by walking out. And because of such actions, they have been indefinitely suspended officially, stripped of the tag titles. And the funniest part about this was that we're going to do a tournament to crown the new WWE Tag Champions.
I bet there's gonna be four teams in the tournament.
What tag teams?
They haven't announced.
They have not announced.
They announced a
they
date.
just announced that it's going to
But
happen.
there aren't any.
Outside of Natty and Shayna,
With women?
that's about it.
But not even. And they're barely a real tag team.
Outside of Natty and Shayna, outside of Doudrop and Nikki, who are somewhat being a thing.
Again, not a real tag team.
I thought it was...
We are a real tag team.
No, I thought it was interesting that it was pretty evident that Pat McAfee had no clue what was going on.
Yeah, Pat McAfee was like, "Wait, what
Yeah.
happened?" He said
Said on the show,
on,
yeah.
on the Pat McAfee show. He's like, "Yeah, Cole giving that speech was the first I've heard of it." I was like, "Dude,
Yeah.
that can't be."
I don't
Like,
know.
how did you-
Pat McAfee has a
Like,
history
you
of
not
walking.
follow wrestling?
Pat has a history of walking out when he thinks things are on right too.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, but it's like, dude, do you not follow wrestling Twitter like at all?
Good for you if
He
you
probably.
don't.
I mean,
work
he's
in the
also a
business.
celebrity. I doubt he has his hands knee deep in a specific section of Twitter at all.
True, it's possible he just shows up on Friday and Sundays.
Yeah.
Like, it's totally possible.
You know.
But it surprised me that he just had no idea. That just generally surprised me.
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't they to kind of set him up for success before he goes out? Be like, hey, just so you know, Naomi.
You
and
know,
Sasha
with
walked
something
out.
like this, with Scream smear campaign, this is something that I think was probably a very need to know basis.
That, yeah, I guess. But
Like,
I mean,
you can go through a whole show and be like, oh, Cole's going to have this segment here, but he's going to handle Pat. You don't need to worry about anything. Just, just stand there. And you'd be like,
Yeah,
"You want-
I
okay,
guess.
whatever."
yeah, okay,
yeah.
boss.
Remember when he heard it, he was like, fuck, what?
Yeah. But Ricky, to your point, the whole millions of fans, that now you say that line irks me too. It's like, dude, don't speak for us.
Seriously.
Don't speak for us. Like, I'm disappointed. Sure, I bet millions of people are disappointed, but millions of people are also not disappointed at all. They're actually on their side.
Yeah. I forgot what the actual
I-
narrative was, but I just found the whole narrative just really amusing because he
Weird.
said, oh, they let everybody down. And I was like, dude, it was a 6-person tag on a Raw.
No
I'm not
one
being
in the
let
history of wrestling has ever been upset. I'm going to speak for everybody. No one has ever been no one in the world has ever been truly upset about a 6-person tag on Raw not happening, especially with women. Sorry.
It's very true. I'm like, oh man, I missed that 6-woman tag. Oh fuck!
I'm
God
gonna
damn it, Sasha Naomi. I was really looking forward to that.
gonna-
I was not.
I feel like I'm gonna get canceled this week for sounding like misogynistic, but the fact of the matter is like WWE fans don't give a fuck about women unless the titties are coming out.
Fair.
Or they're
Nip slips do get a rise in popularity.
yeah.
And to be fair, I say it every week. They were shaking their hips every single week, so the sex appeal was definitely there for wrestling
Yes,
fans.
it was.
It was definitely there for wrestling fans. But I guess the kind of last thing I want to say about Sasha Naomi is like, okay, your goal was to elevate the tag titles
Or give them their own feud at least.
or give them up, but this doesn't really help your goal.
Well, no,
at
it
all.
doesn't.
You walking out, it doesn't help your goal at all. So it's kind of like, is
But
it really
them-
about that?
But
Really?
them staying. Yeah, it was really about that. But them staying, I don't think it was them. And here's the thing, I don't believe, because we also don't know their side and they haven't said anything.
I do want to hear
Yeah.
their side. I really do.
I don't believe it was just a matter of creative being like, we're going this direction, and they're arguing point, because I think those two, as seasoned professionals they are, understand when it's like, okay, we tried, creative still wants to go this way, we're still going to do it. I think it was the alleged manner in which they were spoken to that really irked them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no. To your point, I definitely do. Like, I need to hear their side to have like the full valid opinion. But based off what I know right now, it's kind of like I don't understand like what they're so upset about.
It's
So it's so naturally, it's just like it's their fault, which is just a shitty way of thinking. But it's just like I just can't possibly see what they've been playing about, which is why it's like, dude, I want to hear your side. If they don't want to speak, then fuck it. They don't have to speak. They can do whatever they want. But it is for this. There has to be something else going on that we just don't know. Because walking out now doesn't make any sense. Now I was just listening. It's funny. I was listening to the Pritchard podcast from 2 years ago. That's how far behind I am. About In Your House 2.
Okay.
And in that show, Double J and Road Dogg walked out.
I remember Road Dogg saying something that he walked out, but that was also due to like his wife was in the hospital, like had a serious medical condition, and he was like, "I'm not performing on the show."
This was 95. And I think they both went to WCW after that. So Jeff Jarrett just fucking said fuck it and left and just walked
total
out.
Jeff move.
Yeah. So it's pretty crazy, like how the timing lined up. But like my point is, like, listen, if your goal is to elevate the tag team titles, and what you're upset about is allegedly about the tag team titles, walking out just doesn't help your cause in any way.
But neither is going to a
makes the
6-man
situation
tag
worse.
where they're just using them as props and to try to elevate other titles.
No, but you live to fight another day.
When is the next day going to come? That's
Literally the following
that's the
week.
issue.
The following week when you're on TV
That's
again.
not elevating them. That's not elevating the tag titles. Again, that's elevating the 2 championships.
Yeah, that's elevating the champions. But what's more important then, you or the belt? I guess yeah.
They're
it's like
trying to make,
it's
but they're
selfless to
trying
say
to
the
make
belt.
the belt important.
Yeah, but they aren't.
And-
They
No,
aren't,
creative
though.
is
Like, you
no
can try all
creative
you
isn't
want.
allowing them to make the belt important.
They have,
Well, neither are the fans.
yeah,
Knowing that
But
the fans just don't care
here's
about
the
belts.
thing: if you don't put the belt in, if you don't highlight the belt, if you don't put the belt up for championships, no one's gonna care about the belt. Put it this way: John Cena won the U.S. title. Hold on. John Cena won the U.S. title, and no one gave a shit. He beat Rusev for the U.S. title. No one really gave a shit about the U.S. title. What happened to elevate the United States title? Challenge after challenge after challenge became the highlight of Raw. Miz won the IC title.
so good.
No one gave a shit about the IC title. What happened?
Yeah.
Miz put that on the line, gave great promos all the time, like week after week on SmackDown. So it's not about them being on TV. It's about putting those belts on the line on a consistent basis.
And look at those titles now. The IC and US title.
When they're not
when
when they're not highlighted, when they're not being used as when they're not being used in promos or being put online. The US and the IC titles weren't even defended on 2 nights of WrestleMania, which is sad.
They were defended on a SmackDown before they walked out, and nobody cared. They have been defended. Like, they've been on TV a lot more than any other tag champion in those women's titles. They've been on TV.
Yes,
like,
in
they went on
5
TV
weeks
every
after
single
Mania.
week.
Yes.
All right,
It's
but
a minimal amount. It's a
wanted to
minimal
be the belts
sample
on
size.
TV.
It's not about putting the
Because-
belts
well,
on TV.
because they walked
It's not
out.
about putting the
Because
belts
they
on
walked
TV.
out.
Again, it's about defending those belts. Ricochet's been on TV as the IC champion,
They were
but he's not
defended.
defending it.
They were defended the
defended
Friday
it
before they
once.
walked out.
They defended it once. That's not enough. And you
They-
got to
they
give them
did
challenges.
defend
being on TV. There's a difference between being on TV every week and defending the title every week.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they want to do more meaningful work with the titles. They went to Vince and creative with ideas. They were told no.
Yeah.
Instead, they were being used to put over Bianca
Ronda.
and fucking Ronda.
A main event. Like, imagine telling a UFC fighter that they just turned down a title fight. It's like, dude, it's a title match. Like, right? That's what you're in the business for. Title match is a title
Yeah, but
match.
they were told that. But here's the
Like,
thing. Here's
are
the
you
thing.
crazy to
According
turn down a
to
title match?
one specific narrative, they were denied the championship matches for the Raw and or SmackDown women's titles, and they were told by creative, "We want to put you as a tag champions to help elevate that." And now, when creative says, "No, we're not going to do it anymore," they're like, "What the fuck?"
No, I get it. I get that. I mean, but like, why would you turn down it? Well, we also don't know if those title matches were actually planned. Not just here today. Like, that's assuming they were planned. That's why I really want them to speak out and be like, this is bullshit, this is bullshit, this is bullshit. Because then it's just like, okay, and this is how so-and-so talked to me. Like, I really need their perspective. It's just right now on the surface value, it's just like, I just don't get what they're upset about. I just don't get it. Why would you walk out?
But what's more upsetting is how WWE has reacted since.
Agreed. Yeah, it's really weird.
Weird. They took fucking Naomi and Sasha's merch off the shop. They deactivated their Facebook profiles.
Yeah, it was pretty fucked up. So that Saturday, this past Saturday, I was on the shop like a couple weeks or a week or so ago, like looking at stuff, and I was looking at like Sasha Naomi and stuff. So I got in. WWE loves to do this with the shop. Like, oh, you're looking at this stuff, it's still on sale. So I got an email of all the Sasha Naomi stuff I was looking at. on Saturday, and I had known they had taken her stuff down, but when I got the email, I was like, well, maybe someone fucked up and that they put the merch back up. Nope, it's all gone. So I got an email from them advertising Sasha Naomi merch that wasn't actually there when I clicked the links.
That's a fuck up. That's an intern in trouble. Like, yeah. Well, I mean, they're suspended. Right?
Yeah, their contracts are not
I
frozen, I believe.
I think this suspension is the right call.
Indefinite.
I know last week I was saying they should fire them, but I think the suspension was the right call. So an indefinite suspension, strip them of the titles. Right? I think that's totally.
Well, you can't
fair.
have the titles like not. So, like you can't.
On
not
TV.
on TV, in a sense, not on TV, essentially, or not being talked about, because the title's a title. Like, the last thing you want to do is for them to leave and have, like, your Alonzo Blaze incident from way back when.
Yeah. I would just get rid of the titles. I would retire the titles. Fuck
I would have
suck.
retired them too. Like I said, the one thing AEW's
Dude, you could put those tag belts on Stone Cold and The Rock. No one's gonna care. No one cares. No one. You gave us something we never asked for.
There was
No
some
one asked
rumblings
for
of it, but it wasn't as big in my opinion as a mid card title. But then again, I go back to the other point. No one cares about titles unless you make something of them. Dean Ambrose was one of the longest reigning U.S. champions in the history of WWE, and no one gave a shit about it because all he did was walk out on TV. But he was on TV, but he did nothing with it when he was part of the Shield.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's all about doing something with the title, putting those titles in storylines that are intriguing and attractive to the audience. And creative has not been able to do that. And that's, I believe, it is more of a creative problem.
It depends what your goal is. From creative, it depends what your goal is. Right? And from creative and Vince, that goal is really the only thing that matters, unless you can convince them. And if you can't convince them, sometimes you can have the best idea in the world. A no is still a no from your boss.
Yeah.
Right? You need to, like, as a talent and a creative person. This is for any creative body. You can stick by your ideas, but you need to understand who's in charge. And sometimes a no is a no. You just got to accept that.
Which is interesting because, again, we don't even know who they talk to in creative. Because it sounds from the narrative that I read last week was that Vince was in the...
Johnny Ace.
Vince was in the know, and they were like, okay, let's try to reorder this.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting. It's very petty on WWE's part.
It is petty. It's definitely
It's so
petty.
fucking petty.
And I think, Kay, like you had said, it screams like kind of like misogyny almost, in a sense.
It does, because, like, if fucking RK Bro walked out on a Raw and threw the tag titles before they unified, of course, if they threw the Raw tag titles on Vince's desk and walked out, their stuff would still be on the website. It would probably be put on clearance, but it would still be on the website. Their Facebooks wouldn't be deactivated. They wouldn't be called disappointments on TV. In fact, they would probably get rewarded and heralded on social media for sticking up for themselves and fighting for what they think is right, whereas Sasha and Naomi are going to get the hysterical woman narrative.
Or the angry black woman narrative, too, as well.
That as well.
Which is it's a horrible narrative to have.
I've seen more people sticking up for them. At least on my feeds, this is what I've been seeing. I've been seeing more people sticking up for them.
I've seen more people stick up for them than other people.
Same.
Doing the latter. It also reminds me of. Do you remember? His name is it's not Tahuti Miles. The guy who originally won the NXT Breakout Tournament.
With the T-shirt.
Yeah, that guy. ACH. There we go.
ACH.
Yeah, remember when ACH went ballistic?
Yeah, remember he walked out. We shit on him so hard.
But like WWE never made a statement or anything about that, which would have been the right time to do something. Like he went ballistic.
Whereas this is like an aggressive storyline.
But ACH also wasn't one of you. ACH didn't main event to WrestleMania.
Yeah, but
Sasha's one of your top stars.
Yeah,
this
but like
happened in developmental on a much smaller stage. You can't compare the two.
I think you can. Like, why are you doing it to your top star if you're not doing it? And your top star's not even talking, not even saying anything to bash your name. ACH was blatantly trying to bash the image of WWE or NXT. Whether he was right or not, he was going off on a fucking storm. Ali was kind of doing the same thing for a little bit of time. You know.
So what would you do, Ricky? Right. So you're Vince, or creative. You know, you have this situation on SmackDown, this past SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
You suspended Sasha Naomi. You stripped the titles, and you have to make it make sense on TV, right? So you got to announce what the plan is moving forward for your audience. Mm-hmm. How do you handle it? What do you do?
Well, you can say that due to the here's the thing. You can say everything you said without trying to destroy their character. You can say, you can literally say, due to the events of Monday, you know, Sasha and due to events of Monday and creative differences, even if you want to even go that far, you know, Sasha and Naomi are indefinitely suspended. Because of that, you know, they are unable to defend their tag titles, so we have to strip them of their tag titles, and we will develop we're going to develop a tournament to name a future tag champion. Literally everything they said without, you know, without the slander.
Yeah. No, you're right.
It's simple damage control.
They didn't have to be mean. Like, not for nothing, it is not difficult to be free. It is not difficult to be nice. It is free to be nice to somebody. And they didn't have to talk about how Naomi and Sasha are disappointing millions of fans and 6-woman event that we were supposed to have. Like, they didn't have to do it that way, but they chose it. Even the post that came out
all over social media.
Fuck.
Oh.
Yeah, the post was okay. No, you guys are right.
You know, it's one of those things. Like, if there's clearly some issues there. You know, what you want to do, because I took a class on this in undergrad, actually, where you talk about how you deal with bad press and stuff, is that you want to be able to control the narrative to an extent, but you also don't want to put yourself in a bad position in the future, because, like, this is still something that's not settled. So you want to address it to the media, you want to address it to the press. Yes, we're aware that something's going on, but you want to give them something to kind of keep them at base where they don't ask questions until you figure out the rest of the plan. And like we just said, you know, saying that due to the events, like, boom, you're acknowledging the events that's happened. Sasha and Naomi have been indefinitely suspended. We don't know when or if they may return. You don't even have to go that far. But you can say because of their suspension, you know, they have to relinquish the tag titles, so they are unable to defend, and we will be, you know, developing a tournament to crown the new tag champions.
Yeah, you stick to the facts.
That's all you have to do. Because
that's what you should do.
You want to eliminate as much speculation as possible.
Yeah. Yeah,
Facts, not
being really
feelings,
stupid.
y'all.
You know, so it's a shame.
It's such a weird situation.
It's a shame. It's a developing story, and it's something that until it's settled, WWE is going to have to answer whether they like it or not.
Yeah, as they should. We should hold them accountable.
And so we'll see what happens, and we'll also see if Sasha and Naomi end up talking at some point.
Whoever's podcast they land on,
Woo!
goddamn.
Should we put?
Hey man, I just had to ask, why'd you leave?
Should we put in our bit?
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
Why not, Will?
I'm afraid. I'll say it. I'm afraid.
I'm not
manifesting Naomi and or Sasha breaking their silence on Kings of the Rings podcast.
I have talked too much shit on both of them. I will not be there. I am smart enough for that.
It's okay. It happens to the best of us. Anyway, let's move on.
Yeah, it's just wrestling.
In other news, which is also very shocking, that came out a little bit earlier this week.
Very shocking.
Stephanie McMahon tweeted on all of her social media, on like LinkedIn, Twitter, all of her stuff, stating, as of tomorrow, I'm taking a leave of absence from the majority of my responsibilities at WWE. Stephanie McMahon is the chief branding officer and one of the principal owners. WWE is a lifelong legacy for me, and I look forward to returning to the company that I love after taking some time to focus on my family. So initially, well, what I first thought was, oh fuck, what happened to Triple H?
Maybe.
Me too.
Yeah. Well, actually, my first thought was, how old are her kids?
She's got 3 daughters.
3 daughters. I think they're entering their early teens.
I want to say at the earliest, one of them is probably like in the mid-teens. Yeah.
Right. So
The,
they're just old enough to almost be self-sufficient. So maybe she just wants to enjoy the last few years. That was my first thought. She just wants to enjoy the last few years of her children before they're actually teenagers and shitty. But
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't think of Triple H. I was like, oh, he's not taking a leave of absence.
my
He's
first
fine.
my
He's back
first
at
thought
work.
was Trips, although I did hear that Triple H is returning to his responsibilities. Not NXT, but he's returning to more of a full-time schedule, which is great to hear.
Or maybe it's Linda. You know, her grandmother's also still alive. Vince's mom is still alive. So, honestly, maybe she just needs some time off. You know, she's been doing this for how
Her
many years?
whole life?
Right? And, you know, after that thing with Triple H, she's probably like, dude, I need some time off. Like, I've been taking care of Trips and this company. I need some me time.
Yeah.
You know, it could be anything. I wish her the best. I hope everything's okay, and she deserves some time off.
Yeah, I mean, if there's anyone that consistently gives WWE good PR, it's Stephanie McMahon.
She's a phenomenal voice for the business.
Absolutely.
Terrible voice for the on-screen product because everyone hates her.
That's why I love her
Like,
as an
everyone
on-screen
on-screen
product.
hates her, but like off camera, behind the scenes, she is like the best person in that company. She's probably the hardest working and the best representative of that company.
Without her,
Oh, for sure.
without her, they do not do as much philanthropic work as they do.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
And she
Branding. She's really good at branding. That's why she's the chief of it.
So fucking good at branding. Oh my god. It's almost like she was in a sorority. That's how good in branding she is. But she's not in a sorority.
I know, right? Well, I mean, I guess wrestling kind of a sorority if you think like the girls' locker room's definitely some kind. They haze the fuck out of you in that locker room.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, yeah, more power to Stephanie because I mean, her and Chips are gonna take over the company one day. One day. We've been
Hopefully.
saying that for years.
Vince's mom is still alive. Did I mention that? And Vince looks like he's mummified. Like he goes to bed wrapped in toilet paper.
So yeah, more power to Stephanie. I mean, if it's just a break, she deserves it. Like let her rock.
Let her live, man. I hope she's back soon, though.
I do too.
I miss her. I can't believe I'm saying this. I miss her on TV.
She's a
Yeah, it's been a
she's
while.
a little bit of an annoying presence because of the voice, but like there's a charm in heel Stephanie. I don't know. I watched her Evil and I was like, I get it.
Dude, there's something sexy about Stephanie McMahon. I don't know what it is, but it's there.
Always has been.
Yeah, even on them big old fake titties. I can't stand big fake tits. But even with those, she still has that one thing of just, goddamn, the power is sexy.
Is it when she screams? Is it the
might be.
crinkling of the nose?
I think it's when she stands over people.
It's
just like, Stephanie, I want you to be real me. I'm not like that at all, but with Stephanie, I am.
Yeah, so yeah.
All right, Yankees up
All
1-0.
right, Yanks. All right, yeah. So get your well-deserved break, Stephanie. Moving along, before we get into AEW, I know, Kay, you really wanted to go off about this, so I'm going to give you Beth. So I will give you some context before you have your moment, because I know this is a moment that's really, really hit close to you. So Ringside News is one of those dirt sheet websites or whatever that apparently was backed by the USA Network financially. And then out of nowhere, Ringside News initially put up this tweet.
Oh, Ringside News put this up?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, someone's fired.
Ringside News put this up.
No.
And then, this wasn't the end. It continued.
I didn't know it was like, because Ringside News is like a legitimate.
Yeah, it was backed by the USA Network.
An individual personality from Ringside News also tweeted shit on his own personal Twitter as well.
Yeah. Wouldn't go on going on. USA Network got wind of it and responded in the tweet like, oh, thanks for letting us know. We're going to look into this. They responded by saying, after looking into this, we are pulling all of our financial backing out of Ringside News.
I did see that, but I didn't know it was for this. I thought that was completely unrelated to wrestling.
So, okay, do you have any more info about how did this come to be?
Hold on, I'm gonna go into Twitter. I heard different things. I heard heard what's his name? I don't know his name. I'm going on Twitter now to find out his name. But apparently he was drunk because I saw a video of him talking about how AEW's first women's champion was put on a man. First of all, apart from the fact that trans women are women, Nyla Rose was not the first AEW champion.
Also very true.
So not only is he transphobic, he's transphobic, he's stupid.
This is why you should never drink and tweet. If you're drinking, put the Twitter down.
No, but he did like it looked like an Instagram live or something.
He went live, even worse.
There was a live video.
The worst you can do is Snapchat.
And about him being transphobic. I don't know what platform it was on, but he was live, like talking about it. Did they delete it?
Probably.
Let's see.
There are some things you should not go live for.
Yeah, dude, you can't be tweeting that on an official. Like, you got a blue check mark there. Like, what are you doing? you can't be tweeting that from like your business account. Or you should be doing that from your personal account either.
Well, this is the thing. The guy on Ringside News did delete his Twitter.
Yeah, no shit.
I wonder why.
They're gone. So
I bet people are
there were
several of that guy.
There were several tweets about how AEW and Tony Khan. Apparently, they DM'd Tony Khan as well.
That's ballsy, even for a drunk.
He DM'd Tony Khan saying that he put the AEW Women's Champion on a man, and he made several tweets about the AEW Women's Champion being a man and being very transphobic. And, like, so many wrestling fans liked and supported that. And it's, like, disturbing to me how, like, fucked up wrestling fans are. And how scary that, for me, at least, how scary it is to be a trans wrestling creator. Because I worry all the time, like, if my transness affects our show.
It doesn't, I don't believe.
Because so many wrestling fans are transphobic.
Not for us, Kay. So
Well,
fuck if it does.
Yeah. So, like, it's just this whole, how the internet treats trans people and then seeing it, like, hit so close to home, like, with wrestling, for me has been just hard to swallow. Because, like, I live, like, literally the trans flag is literally right in front of me, like, right now. Like, I live, like, in a pretty much almost all trans house. Like, I'm in a trans relationship. Like, my job supports, like, trans people, and I work alongside other trans people. And it's really shitty to see, like, professional sources like Ringside News just, like, discrediting all of that, saying that, like, trans women are men, because that's not how that is. And you're a sick fuck if you think that.
It was just...
And you can come...
It came out of left field, too.
Yeah, so random. I'll say you're wrong. I'll say you're definitely wrong if you think.
Yeah, it came so out of left field. And good for USA Network to be like, yeah, no, we're out of here. like
unequivocally wrong.
Yeah, Swift action was done. So yeah, fuck Ringside News. I always thought of them as dirt sheets, anyways. I did not know. It was surprised me that they were actually financially backed by, like, a company. Yeah, by anybody.
It's like, bro, this news you're covering is fake. That's something also something me and Zarian talked about. Scoops, shameless plug right here for me. The fact that wrestling news, it's like it's a whole news business and organization and, like, industry focused around something that's literally fake.
Yeah.
It's insane.
All of your news is technically fake news, which is really funny.
It's really insane.
I know when ESPN was covering it a little bit more intensively, they actually did good shoot articles on a lot of the performers. Like, they covered a lot of good wrestling content. But, like, the average Joe Smo, like, wrestling news source is always about fake news, which is, again...
And, dude, look... Nyla deserves zero hate from anybody. Like, obviously, because she's a person, but also, like, you can have that conversation about trans athletes, male to female and female to male. I don't want to have that conversation, But that conversation just doesn't apply to Nyla Rose. Period. It's wrestling. Like it's like if there's one place trans athletes should definitely be welcome for any reason, it's fucking
Of
wrestling.
all the sports. Of all the sports.
Of all the sports, it's wrestling because it's choreographed fighting. It's like, yeah, Nyla Rose. My one critique of Nyla would be this: listen, you have to be a little more careful around the wrestlers, which she has been. She hasn't hurt anybody, as far as I know.
She had that one instance with Britt, and I was like, ooh, that's kind of scary.
Yeah, but it's also wrestling, and shit happens.
And you learn from that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you learn from that. Like, Nyla's a great wrestler. She's very careful in the ring. She's a great character. I like her with Vicky.
I loved her with Vicky.
You know, she's a little bit of a one-trick pony, but she's still green.
Yeah.
And there's no problem with her holding the title because it's wrestling.
Yeah.
You know, she's not going for a gold medal with a broken freaking neck here, all right?
Who Kurt Angle just had surgery, by the way.
Double knee surgery. Hope he's doing well.
Hope's got a lot of Vicodin.
Don't give him Vicodin.
What I'm interested to see before we move on to AEW and Double or Nothing, which everybody's here for anyways, is that Sunny Kiss, who is, well, would you identify Kay as what, gender non-conforming, or?
They go by both male and female pronouns.
I don't know exactly how Sunny identifies, but I know that she uses she, her, and he, him pronouns.
Yeah, so she can go.
Like, I've heard gender fluid.
Gender fluid, I think that's it. Yeah.
I've heard gender fluid used to describe Sunny, but I'm not sure how Sunny herself identifies.
And Sunny hasn't been featured on AEW in a very, very long time. I would be interested to see if Sunny gets a push, what titles they would have Sunny go for if it was a singles title.
Her and Jade, baby.
I would love to see her and Jade for the TBS.
That would be sick. I don't think they're ever going to push Sunny, and it's really sad.
I read something's been like 580 days since Sunny's been on Dynamite.
It's a heavy roster, dude. It's a full roster.
Yeah.
With a lot of great talent.
Yeah, and Sunny was an original.
Like, okay, if you want Sunny Kiss on TV, that's great. I would love to see Sunny Kiss on TV. Who do you take off of TV? Jeff Hardy?
No, it's not even that. My question is, where do you...
Keith Lee and Swerve?
Swerve Lee, as they call themselves now.
Thunder Rosa? Like, she isn't on TV either. Like, who would you take off? Who would you take off of TV to put Sunny?
Thunder Rosa's a champion.
Yeah, but you got the Owen Hart Cup right now.
Yeah. My question for you,
she's still even greater question
is not even like who do you take up TV. Where do you put Sunny in the first place? Someone who's gender fluid.
I feel like
where do you put them or her?
Dude, don't think about it too much. It's wrestling. Sunny Kiss is small enough to work perfectly well with women, and athletic enough to work perfectly well with men.
I know, that's the interesting conundrum. I'm just like,
put him anywhere, dude. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Him and Sammy would have great matches.
I would love to see them use Sunny interchangeably between both divisions.
Yeah, dude, that'd be great. I'd love to see that.
Because I think that's a niche that no company has done that's in the spotlight.
Yeah, dude, it's wrestling, and people
I think
get
that would
it.
be great.
Yeah.
I just don't think network TV is ready for it.
I don't know.
I think network TV. Well, men hitting women, yeah, maybe not.
I don't know. It's a risk, but I think it's a good risk for them to take.
It's like you couldn't do strikes.
I think you could. I mean, you'd have to.
I think network TV would have a problem with a person with a penis hitting a woman, even if it's fake fighting.
It depends. I mean, it's like it works on Impact, but Impact's not on network TV.
Yeah, it's not on TNT, dude. I know they know drama, but that's a little too much drama.
It's one of those things where like you might. It's like you have to flesh out Sunny as a person and as a character. So that when you bring the idea to network heads, are like, oh, okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there almost has to be a dedicated plan, which is
so dark it is.
Yeah, which is a shame because like I would love for Sunny to have a dedicated plan of how do you, which I think is also probably the issue. Like how do you have somebody who's how do you create a dedicated plan for somebody who's gender fluid, which is such a new territory for professional wrestling.
Yeah, man, that's the problem with being a trailblazer. No one knows what the
You
fuck
don't know
you're
what to
supposed
do,
to do.
but-
No one knows what you're supposed to do.
You got to keep trying. But let's move on. Because we can talk about all those topics at nauseam. AEW Double or Nothing is coming live from Las Vegas this Sunday at the T-Mobile Arena. So I looked at the card.
Me too.
It's a very, very good card, minus the Owen Hart tournament stuff, which we don't know who's going to be in the finals yet, because I think that's going on tonight as we were doing this show. But we're going to start at the top of the card, or presumably the top of the card, depending if Anarchy in the Arena goes on last. But my top of the card is obviously the AEW World Championship champion Hangman Adam Page versus CM Punk. Kay, are you actually going to pick Hangman Adam Page?
So this is the thing. I'm like confused about this
Why?
because fucking Forbidden next month in Chicago,
Yes.
and
Yes.
I'm unsure if CM Punk, and I am unsure will CM Punk win the title in Chicago or walk into Chicago with the title.
I think
And
Hangman is gonna have a massive heel turn. I
Yeah.
mean, I think like
think it's-
Kenta shows up.
You think it's a run it back
whoever's-
situation?
No, I think I don't know. I have a feeling they want to do GTS versus GTS at Forbidden Door.
Yeah.
Punk
Yeah.
versus Kenta, which please.
Punk
just
said
have-
no.
Did he say no?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I still think Hangman should
But-
be massive heel turn. Someone jumps him. It's a smallest finish, which is rare for AEW. But or maybe after the match, he turns heel. I don't know. I think Hangman turns heel and keeps the belt.
Yeah, like I won't be upset if Punk loses.
Huh.
I mean, I won't be happy or anything, but like, I don't know. It's Forbidden Doors what's fucking me up.
And how close is when is Forbidden Door again?
June,
End of June?
I think.
Okay. Because what?
I think it's like Pride. I think it's Pride weekend actually.
Gotcha. So whatever you do, like this is a big. Whatever you do in this match has to lead into Forbidden Door, especially if this match is the end of is the end of a show. Because AEW is known for doing some big surprises. I expect somebody from New Japan to show up at Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
You know, and if Forbidden Door is not sold out yet, which it probably will be the month leading into it, it probably will get there. I can, and this is no disrespect to Hangman Page, but CM Punk's the bigger star. And you want to make a statement with Forbidden Door. And I can see Punk with that title going into Chicago, going up against who the fuck ever from NJPW, like Punk versus Okada. Or whoever the NJPW World Champion is, Punk Naito.
I'd rather see Hangman Okada, to be honest.
It's probably a better matchup, to be honest with you, but I think the grab as Punk as champion, like it's like it's what everyone there goes K again. It's either like you have Punk win the title in Chicago, which will be a huge pop, or Punk comes into Chicago as a champion, which is still a pretty huge pop, and he faces off in some sort of NJPW dream match.
Yeah, AEW is kind of like, who do you want to pander to?
You know?
Which faction of the marks do you want to pander to?
I think Punk leaves. I think Punk goes into Chicago as AEW World Champion.
It's. I mean, man, I would totally agree with you, but this build for this match, Hangman has looked very, very good. He's looked great. So I think he's had a little more life in his title run. And I think there's some gas still left in that
He
tank.
gets to the
Because before this build, I was like, this title means like it's just like, yeah, it's his run's kind of meh, not his fault, but it's just meh. Nah, dude, he's upped his promos. He's a little more vicious. He's a little more of a mean streak, a little more of an attitude. I think we're just seeing the beginning of Hangman, and TK is big on him.
Yeah.
Tony,
I know anyone, Tony Khan. Shout out to Emmanuel Fontanet from YouTube. He says, Punk has to win on Sunday. Punk winning the title in Chicago will cause a meltdown. That is very true. Like, I can see Punk winning the title in Chicago causing, like, you know, like it would be like the Cubs winning the World Series again. Yeah.
So I think Punk League. I also think Punk winning. I don't know. He's doing in Vegas. Never mind. I was gonna say Punk winning in Chicago would be a little too cliche, but wrong pay-per-view.
It's a tough. I don't know. If Hangman wins, Hangman has to run through at Forbidden Door too.
I mean, I think the fact that it's flip a coin means you got to buy the.
It means a good matchup,
and they don't pay me to say that. It makes a great matchup. It's a great main event. I'm gonna pay for it. I'm excited.
So let's move on to Anarchy in the Arena, also formerly known as Stadium Stampede. Except we're not in the stadium. We're going to be in an arena. And what better place to do it than the T-Mobile Arena in Vegas? So expect a bunch of Vegas shenanigans to happen. You have the Jericho Appreciation Society versus Jon Moxley, Bryan Danielson, Santana Ortiz, and Eddie Kingston. Who cares who wins? It's just going to be really entertaining.
Oh, it's going to be great. Yeah, who cares who wins is right. I thought D-Bry was hurt. Or Bridie, excuse me.
I guess not. Oh, no, he was hurt. So this might change because he got like... oh, excuse me, what happened? He got called...
He got stuck between like the ramp and the stage
like
or something?
before the show, and he was like stuck there for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So it might not be Bryan Danielson.
Which, dude, they got to stop. They got to like fix their... Same for that happened to Arn Anderson too. Like on TV.
They've got to do something about that.
They got to fix their setup, man.
Yeah, that's really bad.
Did we lose
no,
Kay
Kay's
Murphy?
still here. No, I think we lost Kay. Let me check my phone.
I don't see them blinking.
Oh, we know. I got the I no longer here. Okay, never mind. I think we lost Kay. It's just us guys now.
The Jericho Appreciation Society, for over 11 weeks, being the primary force in sports entertainers. Dude, it's so clever. I love it. The Jericho Appreciation Society is way more entertaining than it should be.
Yeah, and I think they're going to get their comeuppance. I think
I don't know. Maybe we'll see. Probably.
It's gonna be a fun matchup.
Oxley is gonna. I hope Bridie gets replaced by William Regal.
That'd be awesome. Or like Tajiri shows up. That'd be really funny. But yeah, let's move on to the AEW Women's Championship, which I'm so happy they changed that title. It looks so good still. You have a champion Thunder Rosa versus Serena Deeb, formerly of the Straight Edge Society.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's a shame, but I feel like the TBS Championship is a lot more entertaining.
You're not Britt Baker.
You know, I found out she still is like alive, actually practicing dentist.
Interesting. It's, I guess, a side hustle.
Yeah, like she apparently
$1 million isn't enough for you, Britt.
She leaves and then takes red eyes to see her patients. Which power to you? That's dedication.
Good for her, I guess.
Right? Yeah. I love the title, but it's just like Thunder and Serena. Okay, good matchup. It's not entertaining to me.
Yeah, me neither.
Because they don't have enough of those. They have here's the thing with WWE AEW compared to WWE's women's division. It's like AEW has the right titles for them. They just don't have the right characters holding the title, except for Jade. But we don't have the right women's wrestling characters. You know what I mean?
It's the same problem, dude. If you're gonna give these women time on TV and more attention, you gotta take attention away from someone else. And it's just like, I think the other people getting attention are more interesting people and characters.
I wonder who writes for the women, if not other women. Like, I know creative has usually been a male-dominated profession in wrestling, so I've always wondered how much of a female influence is done on female storylines.
Well, it used to be Brandy, right?
Was it really Brandy?
I think Brandy was heavily involved with the women's division. Was she not?
I don't know if Brandy was heavily involved in anything. I feel like Brandy was always really aloof of stuff.
Everybody shouted. She was a chief marketing officer. Everybody shout out for that. She'd be like, "What's her experience?" Oh, she was a cheerleader.
Oh, it's also very good insight by my man Emmanuel Fontanetti. Because as much as I love Deeb's Woman of 1,000 Holds looks, it is kind of a Deeb Malenko thing. The match isn't going to be as good as advertised. You're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. So let's move on. By the way, Thunder Rosa advances. AEW World Tag Team Championship triple threat match. Swerve Lee, Keith Lee, and Swerve versus Powerhouse Hobbs and Ricky Starks versus the champions Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. I like this.
Who takes these titles? Because Jungle Boy and Christian are having their split up soon.
Yeah, Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus are not leaving Vegas with those titles. I
don't get it, dude. They were such a hot act, and then they won the titles,
and they
really
cooled off.
fizzled out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they have the Moxley curse? Where you're better in the chase?
They might, dude. And I think it might be the same thing for Jungle Boy.
Some people
as a single star.
Some people are just better in the chase, and once you get there, there's nothing you can do because your character is like in a wall.
Yeah, dude, your arc has been filled.
Yeah.
Like fuck, we need a new arc.
Yeah. I like Swerve Lee winning the tag belts.
I like Powerhouse. I don't care about Swerve Lee. I mean, they have good chemistry. Their finisher is really cool.
Yeah. They would have been a great tag team in WWE if both of them stayed or weren't let go. I could have seen them as a fucking dope tag team. But Powerhouse and Starks would also make sense too. This match might surprise people.
It's gonna be a great match, dude. I have no doubt about that. We were watching. I was watching AEW at home. It's like my parents and Uncle Phil in the room, and Jungle Boy came out. I go, "Hey, Mom, see that guy on the right with the hair, the bushy hair? Yeah, that's Luke Perry's son."
What did she say?
She goes, "Really? From 90210?"
Yeah, Mom.
I was like, Luke was more handsome.
At least your mom kept it real.
And then, did you watch the MJF, the strapping Wardlow with the belt?
No, I did not.
So Wardlow no-sold it. My dad just goes, "So, how they faking that?" And I go, I don't know. Wardlow turns his back, just welts on him. I go, "Oh, they're not." he's just that tough. He just no-sells it. Like the first 70 is no-sells.
Jesus.
Like that, because remember how Cody oversold?
Yeah.
Wardlow was just like, nah, just fuck you.
Although, ironically, Cody's selling this past week on Raw, perfect.
Dude, I love Cody.
He became the ultimate babyface after this Monday.
Dude, it doesn't make any sense. He's the exact same Cody as he was in AEW, and I told you this was gonna happen.
And it just works in WWE.
As soon as he left, I was like, he's gonna go WWE and be the most massive babyface, and he's gonna do the exact same. I still don't get it.
He doesn't bleed as much.
Dude, the magic worked on me too. Like I don't even know how I don't know why I love Cody. I am also the hypocrite. I hated Cody. I loved Cody in AEW. I think he left his boots. I was like, all right, fuck you, Cody. And now I'm annoyed. Now it's just like, Cody, leave your boots in the ring after every match in WWE. It's better.
But yeah,
it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, my prediction swervely will pick Hobbs and Starks.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
Okay, Murphy, who you got? Jungle Boy? Great.
Yep, great. Awesome. All right, TBS Championship, which, God, stop naming titles after networks, but still, it's a great-looking title. Jade Cargill versus Anna Jay. Anna Jay, the sympathetic babyface, but it's all about Jade for me.
Yeah, dude. I'm a big fan of Jade Cargill as well.
I'm a big Jade Cargill fan.
I don't know when Red Velvet turned heel, but I do like a Red Velvet heel as well.
You know, I'm a big Jade Cargill fan. She has next AEW Women's Champion written all over her.
Champ?
Yeah, I think she becomes champ. I would also love to see her hold both titles. I don't think that's going to happen. She needs to drop, but at one point, she is going to win that AEW Women's title because she deserves it. I think she is the next big champion for the women's division. Yeah. She's got the look. She's got the talk. She's gorgeous. You know, like she's
Can't wait to see her on WWE.
I was gonna say the same thing. I was like, can't wait till her contract's up and WWE makes her a mega star.
Her and Charlotte are gonna tear down a SummerSlam.
Oh yeah.
Those two athletic freaks of same height.
Yeah.
They're just like, we got Charlotte and Black Charlotte. Like, okay,
Go. Yeah.
let's go Black Charlotte.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Jade's gonna make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Very soon.
Yeah, there's like, don't worry, honey. We're gonna teach you to work in a performance center. You spent $20 million on this thing. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry. We know what we're doing.
You can pick one of your besties. Only one of them though.
Isn't it called like the baddies or something?
The baddies, sorry, baddies.
Pick one of your baddies to come with.
I kind of like the baddies too. There's like facts. They speak in unison. They kind of repeat what she says. It's like it's very mean. It's like very Mean Girls.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, this feels so scripted, but it works. It's weird. Like you rehearsed this.
But I love how she does with her on Twitter. She tries to she buys AEW tickets for women and she creates her own baddie section in the arenas that she goes to.
She buys all those tickets.
I know she was doing it for a while because I know Kim, shout out to Antisocial Kim, want to be part of the baddie section when they went to Jersey. But
that's pretty. That's class, dude. That's dedication to the gimmick, and I respect the fuck out of that.
Because she was like, "Tell me where you're from." She just put out a Twitter thing like, "Tell me where you're from," because I want to get a baddie section in every arena that we go to, or something like that. But I love it. Like I love it. Like that is perfect. That's perfect fan interaction.
You think those are a tax write-off? She's an independent contractor.
Probably.
Yo, those are definitely a tax write-off.
Probably.
Those are 1,000% a tax write-off.
Probably got a dope-ass accountant for that, too.
Yeah, dude, it's her manager. He handles all that.
Yeah.
Was it Smart Mark Sterling or whatever his name is?
Yeah.
Great name, by the way.
Yeah, Jade's winning this. I'm Team Jade all the way.
Big fan of Jade Cargill. She's amazing.
Absolutely. Moving on. Show stealer because Marks. The Elite versus the Elites. Young Bucks versus the Hardys. We've seen this before. Not in AEW. It's going to be wild.
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Kick off the show, please.
It should.
I'm going the Bucks. Well, I hope so. I think so.
For argument's sake, because Kay's on here, I'm going with the Hardys.
Let's go Young Bucks.
I mean, someone's going to... Here's what's going to happen. There's going to be some crazy moves you've never seen before. You've seen 1,000 times because it's the Bucks and the Hardys. Jeff's going to jump up something big.
Yeah.
One of the older brothers is going to hurt their back.
Yep. Although I can also see the Young Bucks having zero issue putting over the Hardys. Zero issue.
Well, I mean, because didn't the Hardys put them over when they left for WWE?
Probably.
Because I think the
ladder match.
Yeah, the ladder match. Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, I see.
Give them a win back.
Yeah. I'm fine with it. I'm going with the Hardys.
I'm cool with either team winning. It doesn't make a difference.
This is your quintessential dream match, and it's a great match.
Yeah, I mean, dream matches. Sometimes the winner don't matter.
Yeah, as long as the match is good.
Exactly.
All that matters.
So I'm going with the Bucks, but I'd be happy with the Hardys. That's cool.
Let's move on. Trios match. You have Death Triangle, Pentagon, Phoenix, and Pac. Versus House of Black. Murphy, whatever Aleister Black's name is in AEW, and I actually don't know that other guy.
Both of these teams are a giant dud for me. It's just like, I forgot you guys were on TV. Like, you want to put Sunny Kiss on TV, I would consider cutting this.
That bad?
But like, these 6 people need to be on TV, though.
This is also
at least 4 of them do.
I would also use this as your kickoff match.
Yeah, they do. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, too.
I'm going with Death Triangle because I am a big Pentagon fan.
I'm going with House of Black because the internet. It's only a matter of time for the internet gets frustrated that Aleister Black isn't doing anything again.
Give it 2 weeks.
That's Tony Khan's biggest fear. Uh-oh, we angered the marks.
Yeah, like I said, I'm a big Pentagon fan. I know he does Sierra Miedo way too much in the match, but it's still fun.
Dude, I am not a Pentagon fan. In fact, I dislike Pentagon. He just annoys me.
Also,
It's just like, why do people like you? I liked you when you were with Vampiro and Lucha Underground. That's when I liked you.
Also, Rey Fenix doesn't have any remorse for his body whatsoever.
I love Rey Fenix. On the other hand, Rey Fenix.
Phoenix!
Rey Fenix is going to get a black mass to the face during this match. It's going to be amazing.
He's going to do a black mass into a 450. Like, he's going to do like 3 backflips after taking a black mass.
Yeah. So I have Death Triangle, Will House, House of Black. Let's move on to the buy-in, I believe. Yes. The buy-in, a.k.a. the pre-show
Wait,
match.
what about MJF and Wardlow?
Oh, I thought that was on this week.
No, it's on the pay-per-view.
Oh, I didn't find it on the card. My bad.
Really?
I didn't find it, yeah.
Fuck out of here. You'll have to be lying to me.
I'm not lying to you.
Let me Google this.
Because I literally thought it was happening this Wednesday. If so, we can talk about MJF and Wardlow. I just don't have a graphic for it. Because I could not find said graphic.
Yeah, no, it's on Double or Nothing.
Okay, so what is the stipulation for that?
This week is the cage match.
That's what I saw all over.
Yeah, this week is Shawn Spears versus MJF versus Wardlow for the cage match with MJF as special guest.
Okay.
On the pay-per-view is MJF versus Wardlow. MJF.
Singles match?
Yes,
MJF.
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 Shenanigans.
Yeah.
But dude, Wardlow is like approaching Goldberg 98 over.
No way.
And they got the Wardlow.
Oh.
Like, dude, he is very, very much over right now.
Huh.
So AEW needs to be very, very careful
Well, what you do with him?
with what they do with him and MJF, because MJF is in legitimate contract disputes with AEW. MJF wants $5 million, which is the highest tier they have in AEW.
$5 million per year?
Yeah. So right now, like, Moxley gets $5 million. I think Bryan gets $5 million. Punk gets $5 million.
Do you think he's worth 5?
MJF?
Yeah.
I do.
How long does he want for?
I don't know. Just $5 million a year.
That's a lot of investment in someone that they haven't put a belt on yet.
He doesn't need a belt, dude.
He doesn't.
'Cause-
I get that.
Dude, you pay him you save $5 million, or watch him make $100 million in WWE.
That's also a thing as well. It's one of those things where, like, you can. If I'm MJF, I'm gonna say, where's my money going? Where am I gonna make the most money? And where am I gonna have the potential to gain extra money?
Yeah. MJF is going to contract them out. That bidding war. That's not a gimmick. That's not a work. He knows that's real.
Yeah.
And he's making it even more real.
Yeah.
MJF is very, very smart. He has all the power.
He's a very intelligent individual. Yes.
He is gonna make a ridiculous. I think he's on $1 million right now when he
Okay.
first signed. And he's like 23 years old, so he was happy with that, and he wasn't proven yet. But right now, he thinks he's worth $5 million right now. Right? It's like by the time his contract's up, he knows he's gonna be worth probably more than $5 million. Like, yeah, you give him $5 million.
He's still young and he's not in wrestling prime either. Like, there's a lot of potential for MJF. Lot.
Put it this way. AEW will pay more than WWE for MJF.
I think they have to.
Which is why I think they're going to.
Because I think they have no choice, because it's one thing to lose Cody, because Cody's a little bit of a different story, but MJF is Cody helped create it, but MJF is supposed to be one of the people that you're supposed to be the foundation of your company.
You called him a pillar.
Yeah, exactly.
You have labeled him an essential worker.
Yeah, pretty
Don't
much.
be surprised when they ask for a fucking raise.
Exactly. So if I don't know, and this is all just, speculation, but I don't know what AEW does if you lose one of your pillars.
I don't know.
That's
Ask Jade Cargill when it happens.
Yeah, right. But that's a huge blow. You know, imagine she's blown. And you're right. If they don't start treating Jade Cargill better, she's jumping ship. And she will.
If she's smart, she's jumping ship.
And she'll blow up in WWE.
I think MJF would be very successful in WWE.
I
think he would be massively. I think his character would be much better, and the wrestling would be much better in AEW. So selfishly, I want him in AEW.
Mm-hmm.
But he will have a magnificent Hall of Fame career in WWE.
He's
that good.
He's a piper.
He'll have to be severely watered down, though.
I don't know how watered down. I mean,
severely.
Depends.
They're publicly traded.
Fair, but I think he can make that work.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying he can't.
You know,
I'm just saying that's what's gonna happen.
I see him as a Miz level talent. That's not a knock at the Miz or anybody. Like, that's a great career to have.
It's not a knock on either of them. Yeah, no, he will just be a better version of the Miz.
And I selfishly would love to see Miz versus MJF. Don't even wrestle. Just go promo for promo.
Dude, I want to see them as a tag team. I want to see them do. I want to see them like.
Can you see Miz?
I want to see their ride along. I want to see everything.
Can you believe Miz and MJF as like best friends?
Yes. Yes. You know what? I want to see them cuck Dolph Ziggler. All right. I want to see them have Dolph Ziggler be in the group. Just go, no, Dolph. Let's go take the pin. That's what you're here for. Like, I want them just all of it. I want all of it. All right.
Miz and MJF as a tag team would be unbearable, but amazing to watch on TV.
Dude, I want them versus RK Bro immediately. Hey, Randy, is it just me, or are these guys like really annoying, Randy? You know I know a thing about annoying. Remember my cousin Gretchen? Remember how annoying she was, Randy? Randy, you want to go like this, different angles, cut my sandals? I don't know how that happens, Randy. I think it's a God. Randy, do you believe in God? Do you, Randy?
By the way, hopefully Randy Orton's okay. Because it almost made it sound like he died. Like, when Riddle came out.
What happened to Randy? I didn't watch Raw this week.
So Riddle came out by himself, and I'm like, this is a bold move, WWE. To have Riddle come out by himself. And he talks about how before the match, excuse me, when they unified the titles, that Randy could barely walk. And that he re-injured his back, and he's at home resting, and then Riddle went off to say like he doesn't know if RK Bro is going to ever be a thing again, and all of that stuff, and that he loves Randy and everything like that. So,
well, I hear Edge is hiring.
Hold on to that thought, because we are going to talk about that. But let's go to the buy-in real quick before we end Double or Nothing. The buy-in pre-show match essentially. Going to be streaming live on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. You have Hook and Danhausen in a tag match versus Tony Nese and Smart Mark Sterling.
Zero issue with this. You know what? This is perfect for the buy-in because the crowd is just like, it's a good warm-up match for the crowd.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's Hook and Danhausen win.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
1000%.
Hook and Danhausen win for this because everybody loves Hook. Danhausen's a weird man, but he works. And yeah, you got it there. So Double or Nothing again this Sunday, Memorial Day weekend, 8 p.m. on pay-per-view. It's gonna be like what, $50 or something like that.
Probably
$50. What are we rating this out of 10 crowns?
8 crowns.
I would go for a solid 8 too. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a good show. It also depends on what happens at the end of that show. But if Anarchy in the Arena is a dud, this could drop significantly. That's all I'm saying. But moving on, before we wrap up the show, it's going to go into our Future Shock segment where we try to predict something in wrestling that is going to happen in the future. And this week, I am focusing on Judgment Day. Which, by the way, bravo to Edge, because he's making Priest and Rhea mean something again.
Priest needs to touch up on his promos a tiny bit,
but it's gotten better with Edge there.
I mean, yeah, no, he's in the best spot he can be in right now. Rhea needs a little warming up to this, but
she just got there.
Okay, here's what them individually in this, like when they do stuff individually, it's kind of like but them all together, the presence and it works.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how to describe it, but like it works. But like them individually is kind of like an for me. But the group as a whole works.
Mm-hmm. So Edge recently has, in the past week or 2 weeks,
has
been
I love the teasing,
stirring the pot tremendously by posting pictures of random WWE talent, past and present. Ciampa was one. Who else was it? As I go through,
Corey Graves, baby.
Corey Graves. Paige was a popular one, which I was like, oh, that's saucy there, Edge.
That would be great.
I gotta look at the other ones that he did, because there's a couple of them.
Beth Phoenix.
So a couple of days ago, or yesterday, was Bailey. There's Bailey, AJ Styles, Finn Balor, Liv Morgan, Corey Graves, Paige, and Ciampa. So out of those, or someone else random, who is, because Ed said we're still hiring, who is the fourth member of Judgment Day?
Okay, this is gonna sound out of left field, but that's why I like it.
Gilbert.
Corey Graves, actually. However, Corey Graves doesn't wrestle. Corey Graves stays on the mic.
Oh, he becomes the mouthpiece of Judgment Day?
He becomes the mouthpiece who's there the entire show.
Like Paul Heyman used to be when he was the mouthpiece of ECW on the Raw.
like Michael Cole did with The Miz.
Ooh.
Or Dusty Rhodes did with the NWO.
Mm-hmm.
Like that kind of thing hasn't been done in a while, and Corey Graves already has that character, and it's a good counter. It's a good counter to Pat McAfee on SmackDown, who's a character in and of himself.
Huh.
It's also the exact opposite of Pat McAfee. Just have him be a massive heel on commentary as an official member of Judgment Day.
Interesting.
That's what I would do. I think it would be incredible because Corey Graves would be so good at that. Corey Graves doesn't need to wrestle. All right, I know he's cleared, but he doesn't need to. There's no point for him.
No,
this could be a good way to get him into the ring. Remember, JBL was an announcer on SmackDown, and eventually he was worked into a storyline and got back into the ring for like 6 years.
Yeah,
like that's what could happen here. If you want to get Corey Graves back into the ring, I think this is also a good way to do it.
I also agree with you. Corey doesn't need to be in the ring, and as well, I've never actually seen Corey Graves wrestle because I wasn't watching NXT that early on, but Corey Graves found an excellent second career as an announcer, and he's damn good at it.
So good at it.
You know, he's damn good. He's put his all into it, and it's great. And I ever since he became an announcer and he honed his skills, one of the best announcers in the business. I understand the desire to get back into the ring, but when you've had a severe injury like that, and he also has kids to consider as well, like, do you really want to risk?
Just got married.
He just got married. Do you really want to risk that again?
Yeah.
You know, if you're somebody like Daniel Bryan, he's like, absolutely, because that's Daniel Bryan. But I don't know if Corey Graves is built like that.
I mean, if he wants to give it a shot, I support him.
You know, best of power to him. Yeah.
I would very much prefer him behind. If I was booking, I'd be like, yo, here's the pitch.
Yeah.
I think that would work better than any wrestler because otherwise the group's crowded without being crowded.
Yeah.
And you could still add an extra wrestler if you want.
Yeah, because Corey Graves doesn't have to wrestle.
Yeah.
You know, you can do it. My pick. It's two. You can go classic because you want to go with underutilized talent because Rhea, Priest, underutilized talent, even though they won titles, not really utilized. And Edge is trying to bring them up. So I would go classically with Ciampa. Some people said Liv, but like Liv doesn't make sense because Rhea's there. You know, but I would go Ciampa. I think Ciampa fits the mold. He already has a demeanor. He can already speak on the mic. You don't need Edge for him to do that, but he's got everything you need. You just need somebody to guide him, and I think Edge is the perfect person to guide him. For a shock, and a huge shock, you bring back Paige.
Yeah, that'd be great too.
I think from an impact on the division, Paige is the better bet. But Ciampa, I think, is a better long-term solution. Those are my two choices. Like I said, my first one is Ciampa. because I think you need to get somebody direction. But my lord, if you had a faction where it's Paige, Rhea, Edge, and Priest, whew, you can do a lot of damage.
Dude, it's a women's stable with a male heavy. And a voice piece.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's
And that would be awesome to see because they've never been done before. Put the tag titles on Paige and fucking Rhea.
although, dude, if Liv Morgan shows like Liv, Paige, and Rhea, and then there's Edge and Damian Priest, it's like Edge is kind of promo up somebody's here. It's the whole train, baby. and Godfather comes out. He's just like, wow, this looks eerily similar. Hey, Edge, much love, brother. And he just leaves. No, Priest kicks him in the face, and then that's it. Go to commercial.
Yeah, right. Speaking of the Godfather, I do want to go to Vegas so bad because the Godfather runs a strip club in Vegas.
Dude, I might go there for my bachelor party.
As the Godfather.
I know, he's in character.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's in character, dude. Dude, I would 1,000% go to the Godfather strip club. I don't care how much it costs to get in. I'm there. Ricky, if next time we're in Vegas, we're going. I hope you know that. K Murphy's invited too. We're going.
Listen, that'll be like, I'd be like, God, we gotta get a picture. God, like, how much is it for a picture? Fuck, let's go. I don't care. Like, I'm at a strip club with the Godfather. That's amazing in and of itself.
Dude, I'll bring the book, have him sign it again. This time you're in character, so it's even better.
Oh my god, that'd be so good. That should be our first TikTok. Strip club with the Godfather. Have the music in the background and just clips of us in the strip club throwing money that we don't have. Oh my god. Absurd, yet amazing. I can't wait for it. But that's all we got this week in wrestling. Unfortunately, Kay cannot be with us because Kay's internet is goddamn horrible.
Eddie Kingston strikes again.
Yeah, right. Eddie Kingston strikes again. But good show this week. And thank you for everybody.
Yeah, we had fun. We had fun here.
Yeah, thank you for everybody that showed up, including Emmanuel Fontaine, which I believe was the same guy who befriended us right before WrestleMania. So thank you for joining on our live stream. We are going to have the post show.
You mean it wasn't Disco Inferno?
No. That's a shame.
Well, it's always next week.
There is always next week. But until then, let's start to our post show because we have some really funny tweets. And I need to blow my nose because I have a fucking cold. But Will, cue that music, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening to episode number 293 of the Kings of the Rings podcast, Rolling the Dice. We took a gamble this week and brought up Sasha and Naomi and had a pretty riveting discussion. We also want to wish Stephanie McMahon the best of luck and a big fuck you to Ringside News. AEW's Double or Nothing pay-per-view is this Memorial Day weekend live from Vegas. We ran down the card. It seems to be it's like a fantastic show. So if you have the resources and the finances, shovel out some money and buy it. We'll definitely be reviewing it on our next show. I'm your host, King Ricky Rose. Find me at Ambassador Biggs across all social media outlets. Kings of the Rings podcast at KOTR_podcast on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, on Twitch, on Discord. Like, share, subscribe, leave us 5-star reviews wherever you listen to all of your podcasts. And you can listen to us by subscribing to Wrestle Addict Radio, the cure for the common wrestling podcast, and not the cure for that burp. Follow Wrestle Addict Radio on social at Addict_Wrestle on Twitter and Wrestle Addict Radio on Facebook and Instagram. The links to all of our stuff are in the description below, including links to some of our awesome merch, including this merch here, done by me, the King Me Ricky Rose shirt. Will Tarashok.
Man, I'm tired. Got a lot of shit to do tomorrow and today and the rest of my life. But I'm Will Tarashuk, Ethan Thomas, Arashuk, the man who podcasts way too much and creates podcasts way too much. It's all right, dude. Pretty us up pay me for this shit. Can you believe that?
Yeah,
but I'm
right?
Will Tarashuk, Ethan Thomas, Arashuk. You can catch all my stuff all across the internet. Just type in my name. And yeah, have fun. Enjoy my TikToks. I hate them as much as you love them. Ricky, let's take a shit home.
Yeah, and also for K Murphy, find K Murphy at the K Murphy all over social media. THEKAE Murphy. They hopefully our internet gets back, but who knows? So next week we're gonna do Double or Nothing. We're gonna then talk about In Your House as well as Hell in a Cell. Just a lot of previews and reviews next week as we begin the month of June. So until then, folks, goodbye. Good night. We'll see you soon. Enjoy Double or Nothing. And some person I'll never gamble or bet on is Slack, because fuck you, Slack. We'll see you on the post show, folks.
Midnight music. Midnight music.
So I had a crazy thought in the middle of the show.
What's up? Oh, by the way, Liquid IV totally hydrated after that show, by the way.
Well, being hydrated is important.
Yes.
So it's like, what if we took the current roster?
Okay.
I was saying it's not like actually do it, but I'm saying like if we had an endless budget and people to help us do it, you take the roster, the wrestlers we have now.
The current roster from
And-
AEW and WWE, or just...
Yeah, AEW and WWE, NJPW, anything. And we just book a show from scratch, top to bottom.
Ooh.
And you write promos, you hire voice actors to cut the promos, and then when it comes to actual match time, you literally, like, as an agent, plan out the match and treat it like a table read. Just like, so and so does this, and then you do a 360 or 450, 1, 2, 3, false finish here, and that's just the whole audio series, like an audio book series.
You might have something here.
Like, just a straight up, highly produced audio storytelling series of just booking the territory.
Interesting. So would it be in the voice of the announcers? I mean, obviously you have voice actors of people playing. So
Yeah,
essentially,
like an actual promo, like when Riddle came out and cut that promo on Monday, it would be someone just reading and acting out like he's in the ring.
okay, but the actual the way you move through the episode is through the announce team.
Yeah, it would be like us,
Gotcha.
Like we just book the card. We're kicking off the show with this opening match. Here's what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, then a promo and like here's a story, and so you book the territory. Here's the whole story, and here's how we would book it.
Honestly, it's like it could work like a fantasy territory.
Yeah.
That could, as for an audio podcast, that's fantastic. We need the voice actors. Like,
no, you need like $1 million budget for this kind of thing. It's why I'm serious. Like that's the kind of budget I would want to put behind something like this.
yeah, because you can put in the sound effects of each show. Like you can create a whole fantasy league if you do the right thing with it. That would be dope.
An audio only fantasy wrestling league. It'd be all audio wrestling. It'd be all wrestling.
Real monsters.
Yeah, all real monsters. All audio wrestling. I'm gonna remember that.
That's that would be so dope.
I gotta write this. Okay, I gotta write this shit. Remember this, Ricky. This is being recorded.
Yeah, all wrestling.
Oh, do I still have the audio going, baby? Fuck, I've got to do that. I should probably stop doing that. All right, I'm gonna end this audio, cut this clip, and save it somewhere.
Yeah, all wrestling. Like I can envision this being such a great thing. You may
Like
not
you
even
can visualize it, but like you gotta do it right.
It's one of those things where like so you'd have to write the script out of a show.
You gotta hire writers, dude. I mean, you do everything. Like, I mean, everything. Like the more crazy stuff you can do, the more you can make it like on-screen product, the better.
Well, that's what I'm doing. I'm saying making an on-screen product as much as possible, like intro music. You
Yeah,
know,
everything.
like the intro music to the show. Whenever a wrestler comes out, you put their intro music, and then you have the announcers talking over their intro music about what's going on. Have an announcer voice. You know, have the bell.
Yeah,
You
like
know.
dude, all of that would need to be scripted and acted out. And like crowd noises, the bell ringing,
Sound effects of people getting slammed. You know,
like when people do table readings, like it's like enter scene, like Joyce walks over, picks up the phone, dials 944, like that's like
yeah.
like it's just like or like scene outside running through street lot, like that's how you would just need to pretty much read the matches.
That would be so dope. Because essentially, it's the same product without the
Yeah.
visual.
Yeah. It's just and it's completely original. You're writing. The only thing is you're stealing intellectual property. But then again, dude, podcasts aren't regulated like that, like at all. Like you could totally get away with that.
But what you could, I mean, it'd be harder. But you could create your entire universe of wrestlers based off of those characters,
Yeah.
and not be named those characters. You know.
I mean, you just could do complete original names. You
Yeah.
could do that too. But I think it'd be easier to get an audience. It would be more fun to do it with people who are already there.
That's very true.
You can like, listen, WWE, you can take my ideas. I don't give a fuck. You don't even have to pay me for them. If you like Ciampa versus Walter, and his name is Walter, by the way. Here, take the storyline. Like, when Max Dupree gets called up, we can keep him LA Knight.
I was so upset about that. I was like, "That's LA Knight." He's like, "I'm Max Dupree." Fuck.
Yeah, I was like, get
You
this
know what I was-
bullshit off my TV.
You know what I was upset about more so? I was just like, you forced him to change his name to LA Knight in NXT. So that...
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, so like, it should be an easy transition. Like, okay, he changed his name already. Let's move him and keep him as LA Knight. Honestly, I'm happy he's on SmackDown. I wanted... Ooh, before my mic goes away. I wanted an LA Knight on SmackDown. Like, LA Knight on SmackDown would have been gold. Who you put him up against, I don't know. But I would love to have seen LA Knight as the tag team champion. Not tag team, my fault. Intercontinental champion. Like, LA Knight screams an IC champion.
Oh, 1,000%. Him and Ricochet would be a great feud too.
Well, we are getting Ricochet and Walter or Gunther. I'm so mad. But I also want to see where he goes with this. Because, like, he hasn't failed me since. Like, he's...
Yeah, I mean, I guess give it a shot. Like, it's just like...
Why?
He sounds gay. Like, Max Dupree. It's a gay name.
You know what he is? He's what Robert Stone's supposed to be, probably.
Oh.
You know how Robert Stone was like a Robert Stone brand?
Like, next, you gotta tell me LA Dupree. Max Dupree is a fashion designer.
No, that's what he is. He owns Maximum Male Models.
That's what he does. Did I really just
Yeah.
that's really what he does?
Yeah, I'll read the transcript for you.
Dude, like, I watched SmackDown, but I totally forgot that that's what he actually does.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's
why I was like, I want him to bring back Tyler Breeze.
Oh, that makes sense.
Like, if that's what we're gonna do here.
So what if Damian Sandow comes back and that's the one he mimics? He just mimics LA Knight.
My God, I want Damien. I loved when he was Mizdow.
Oh my god, it's so funny.
Let me find the transcript for you. Friday Night SmackDown. Did you see the Usos made these kids cry at the end by taking out RK Bro?
Hang on. All right, what was it?
What is it? What is it?
What did you want? What did you want to show me? What was it?
Oh no, I said, did you see the Usos make the kids cry after they unified the titles?
No, I saw Seth made a kid cry though.
Oh yeah, for whipping Cody.
Cody's belt.
Yeah.
No, he took his belt from the crowd. He pulled the Sasha.
Well, that's why Cody became the ultimate babyface. Is Cody took the belt, limping
Yeah,
back, and gave it back to him. I was
gave
like,
it back to him.
I was like, oh, he's good.
Class.
He's good.
Class, dude. Dude, that's the thing. All right, Cody in AEW, annoying. Cody in AEW and WWE, fucking classy. So he's just class, dude.
Yeah.
It's like AEW preaching annoying. At WWE, classy and respectable.
I have all of his shirts now because they were on sale.
Dude, it's so weird.
It is very weird. Oh, he didn't. He only did the. Let me see if I can actually just play it. Maybe. Don't say anything. Oh. Hold on, let me listen to this.
Oh shit, I need that. Fuck.
So according to the storyline, Sonya Deville hired him before she got fired.
That's right.
And he's under contract to work. And in what capacity? But he is the CEO of Maximum Male Models.
Maximum.
Yeah, three M's. I also love how we're using Gulak more.
Audio. Oh no, all audio.
Mm-hmm.
All audio wrestling. Original idea concepts.
Are you looking up this idea for?
Oh no, I'm saving that. I'm saving that conversation we had at the end, saving it in a folder. And 10 years from now, I'm gonna listen to that audio file and be like, "That's a great idea." And I'm gonna have the money to do it.
Yeah.
I'll be like, "Hey Meltzer, I have money, and you're an asshole, but people listen. Like people like you. So let's work."
I don't know how people like him. It's weird.
Dude, here's the thing. If I met Dave Meltzer in person, like at a bar, I feel like me and Dave Meltzer would have a great time getting drunk together. And just talking about wrestling.
Fair.
Like, I think Dave is probably very likable in person.
Mm.
Is this 293 or 294?
293. I don't get the Max Dupree thing. It's just so upsetting. I just wish he wasn't. He's just still been LA Knight.
Dude, he had a great gimmick. Like, LA Knight, there was nothing wrong. There was nothing to fix with LA Knight.
Let me talk to you.
There was nothing to change
Yeah.
with LA Knight. Yeah! Let me talk to you. Yeah!
Whose show is it? LA Knight show.
This is so great. He was so great. Dude, him and Andrew Grimes. Him and Cameron Grimes. Just out of this world entertaining.
Mm-hmm. Cameron Grimes is still entertaining.
I bet he is.
I will tell you now, Cameron Grimes and Carmelo Hayes is the best rivalry. I'm kind of souring on Braun Breaker's run.
That's upsetting.
Like, he's good, I don't know. I was like, just put the belt on Gacy. Gacy's a more entertaining character. Put it that way.
They're not. What? What?
Oh, did we win? Oh, that was last. That was last.
They won last night.
Oh, first 2 to 30 wins.
Oh.
Ooh, Jeff Cobb and them show up.
Where the fuck did that audio save?
Did you lose our audio? Because that's not good.
I don't think so.
Wow, that's crazy. So there's an NFL lineman named Rich Ornberger. And he said, true story, the movie Waterboy convinced me to try out for
Oh, here it is.
my middle school football team. Ended up in the NFL. Imagine being inspired by the Waterboy.
Things. 290 shows. Okay, I found it. That was weird. That was weird as fuck. Oh, I have too many files, Ricky. Too many folders. Kind of interesting. Like, I can be very disorganized in real life, but goddamn, my computer is organized to perfection.
It has to be, dude.
Like, all of my... Someone's like, where's this file? I know exactly where it is.
Mm-hmm.
I keep all of my podcast files, my different video files, audio files, like, meticulously organized. My OCD kicks in fully with my electronics.
That makes sense. John. Oh my god. Alright, what's the Yankee score right now?
They were winning, I think 2-0.
Let me see. What my friend Sam sent me.
2-0, bottom 8.
I love fucking MJF. So remember I was telling you about how Jade Cargill was like, give me your baddies?
Uh-huh.
So apparently last week or a couple weeks ago when they were on the island, Jade Cargill says, Long Island, New York, point out your baddies. MJF responded and said, I've slept with the best the island has to offer. I'll send you my contacts.
I'll send you my contacts.
I
mean, he probably did, too.
He's such a prick. He's such a prick. I love it, though.
The best part about Long Island is that this doesn't give a fuck what anyone but thinks, except for people from Long Island. like the only opinion that matters to someone from Long Island is someone else's from Long Island.
That is a crazy thing about it. It's like, but once you're like, if you make it to like a national celebrity and you're from Long Island, you're protected for life.
Forever. Forever. It's the craziest dedication I've ever seen. Like I used to think it was Red Sox fans. No, dude, it's people from Long Island. You are the most dedicated and loyal fan base out there. You do treat Long Island like it's a sports team. When literally nobody else does.
Did you watch the SmackDown when they were at the Coliseum?
That wasn't long ago, was it?
It was a couple weeks ago. They sold out. It was beginning of May.
I think so.
They did a better numbers at the Coliseum than they did at UBS because it's the Coliseum.
Yeah.
So Michael Cole kept on saying we're in Long Island, New York, and Pat McAfee goes, "It's on, Michael, on Long Island."
It's on Long Island.
I was like, good job, Pat. Good job, Pat.
Grammar Nazi Pat over there. That's really funny.
I was like, thank you, Pat McAfee, for knowing the right verbiage.
On
Long Island, Michael. Oh my god. That'd be great. When do we see Pat McAfee in the ring again, by the way?
I hope soon, man. Yeah, I love Pat McAfee. If his show wasn't 4 hours every day, I'd listen to it. If it was a weekly show, I'd listen to it.
As much as that's the one thing I hated about Adam Cole leaving, but like I get why he left. I want to see him and Cole. Like I want to see Adam Cole drafted to SmackDown and just have that weird interaction with Pat.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's a storyline that could go on for a long time. Like,
Dude, I wouldn't mind seeing Pat and Corey Graves.
Survivor Series match.
Yeah, I seriously think that would be a great match.
That would be fun. Like, so imagine if it wasn't Pat versus Theory at Mania, which was an entertaining as hell match. Imagine if they continued that storyline of Cole and Pat, and it was Cole versus Pat McAfee at WrestleMania.
Michael Cole?
Adam Cole.
Adam Cole, baby.
Adam Cole, baby. I feel like that's still a really good match.
Oh yeah, that should be great. Adam Cole can have a good match with anybody he wants.
Yeah.
This is just kind of like, he forgets where the camera is.
What's the hard cam? Oh, Adam Cole, baby. What is this? Oh, I'm reading Raider tweets.
You think Kaepernick's gonna try out or whatever?
He tried out today.
How'd he do?
They haven't. There's no reports yet. Because it was like, it was really funny. My friend texted me. He was like, yo, Kaepernick's got to work out with the Raiders. He's like laughing. I was like, dude, it's a good idea. I'm like, listen, he's not going to start because that would be wild as a Raider fan if he starts over Derek Carr. But he'll be a solid backup. And I told him, to be honest with you, Colin Kaepernick signing with the Raiders is such a Raider thing to do.
It is a pretty Raider thing to do.
So, like, all of this makes sense. And his our offensive coordinator was on the staff when he was playing in San Francisco. So there's already familiarity there. So, like, it makes sense. I expect him, as a Raider fan, I expect him to be signed going into training camp, or at the least, sign him so that he's able to make it to training camp and see if he makes the roster. Because if he's good enough, which is all he's asked for, is like, yo, just give me a chance. If he's good enough and he makes the roster, then there's nothing you can do. Mm-hmm. You know, because you'll be like, you know what, we gave him a shot, we decided to invite him to training camp, and he was the best of the QBs that we brought in. What are you going to say? You know? Plus, do you know how much money a Colin Kaepernick in a Raider jersey would make?
A lot. A lot.
Oh.
Even if just to burn them.
Yeah, like he'd be the number one selling jersey in the NFL.
I don't know about that.
It'd get close. Remember when?
No, dude, Brady's coming back.
Well, remember when Tebow went to the Jets and his jersey sold like hotcakes?
Yeah, it's because Jet fans are stupid.
But no, he's like, all right. So imagine if he signs and they start selling his jersey. Imagine if he gets in the game and like throws a touchdown.
Yeah, but it's gonna erupt.
Yeah, it's gonna go fucking bananas. And from what I've seen, he's stayed in shape. It's just a matter of getting hit again. Like, football's one of those things, like, you can be in great shape, but you gotta remember that you still have to hit another person at the end of the day. Like, you gotta get back to the physicality. But I'm all for it. If he's a suitable backup. But I think he's going to be at the least invited to camp. Because I don't see any other team taking him. Unless Bill Belichick wants to be petty and make a statement. And then he'll do it.
Oh my god, dude! If Colin Kaepernick went to the Patriots,
Leads into the Super Bowl. Can you imagine?
no, dude, just the fact that people would be so mad. Like, he's not a Patriot. He's a fucking criminal. He should be on the Raiders. Dude, honestly, Robert Kraft would be like, no, dude, we can't. We can't. Like, listen, Mac, look at, I know Mac's not perfect, but god damn it, he's better than that bullshit we're gonna get. Although I do like Mac Jones. I'm a big fan of Mac Jones.
Oh, Mac
too.
Jones had a gold mine by getting drafted by the Patriots.
Yeah, Mac Jones could only work on the Patriots. Like, once Mac Jones leaves the Patriots, he might as well go straight. He might as well go straight to the XFL.
Well, the XFL hit a jackpot too. I told you about that last week, right?
Who? What?
The XFL hit a jackpot too.
Yeah, they got the TV deal
With Disney, yeah, and all their properties. Should be on ABC, ESPN, and FX. Yeah, I'm excited to see what they're going to do with the XFL. Because The Rock hasn't let me down since. Or once. So, who knows? But that's what you should do. You should write a football narrative. Like a football season will. And Kaepernick is the quarterback of the Patriots.
dude. You have no idea how badly I want to see that happen. I think people would be like, this is worse than Tom Brady.
I want him to go to I would love for him to go to the Patriots and for him to be really good. So now, like, the Patriot fans don't know what to do.
Yeah, dude,
They're like, we winning, but we don't like him, but we're winning.
Dude, I want him to go to the Patriots and go 14-2. And he loses opening day to the Jets. That is how badly I want this to happen. That is how much of a redemption arc I want for this man. And how badly I want to see the world explode and then explode again. It would be 3 explosions: the signing, week 1 loss to the Jets, and the 14 straight wins. And then losing the last game of the season to the Jets again.
Yeah, still making the playoffs though.
If I'm booking Colin Kaepernick going to the Patriots, that's how I'm doing it. Goes to the Super Bowl and then loses to Tom Brady.
Yeah. It's close though. It's like you got to get some drama in there. Like, it's close.
dude, that and dude, he wins. Tom Brady wins by a game-winning field goal.
Yeah, that's got to be how it is.
A game-winning 48-yard field goal.
Sounds about right. That'd be so good. What's going on, Matt Riddler and Smacking It Raw? Did you get that DM I sent you, Matt, about the PS5s? Hopefully you did. By the way, I also added you on Xbox so we can, do some wild shit. Because I see you play a lot of WWE 2K and Gears and shit. And I've been looking for somebody to play GM mode with.
Yo, graphics cards are finally lowering in price.
Are
So
they really?
Your boy is going to get ready for a 30 series soon.
They are dropping finally?
They're available in stock, like a 3070. Like TI is like around $600-700, which is around where it should be.
Really?
So, and they're available again because I guess crypto has crashed, so they're all available.
Crypto crashed now. Did you see? I saw a commercial where it was a Coinbase commercial, and they showed tweets from years, from every 3 years or so, where it's like, this is the end of crypto. This is the end of crypto. This is the end of crypto.
Yeah, but dude, this is like the end of the whole economy, though.
We'll see what happens.
Everything's about to crash.
Which is good, and luckily for me, I actually got my renewal offer for my apartment today.
That's good.
Yeah, and my rent is not going up.
I
was like, thank
that's
God.
Unheard of.
I was like, thank God. It's like I haven't signed anything yet, but I like read it because I was like, what's the offer? You know what I mean?
I heard, dude. I heard a story. Someone was like in like an NYC apartment, like a really nice apartment. Don't get me wrong, but rent went up $3,000.
Yeah, because because during the mass exodus during the pandemic, they lowered prices just to get people in there,
Yeah,
and now they try to
and
now
now
they try to
they're
get their
right
money
back
back.
up.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I don't know. I'm glad. Like I said, if the rent was going to go up, I'd be really upset. But I'm glad that it did not. So I was like, I can function at this, and plus, I'm not. You know what it is? I'm not done creating this apartment. You know what I mean? Like, there's still stuff I need to put together. And it wasn't double enough. Were we talking about doing Forbidden Door here at the end of June? Was that what we were talking about?
If it was a Saturday,
Yeah.
yeah, I could do that. Or is it because Sunday and then Monday's Memorial Day?
Well, Forbidden Door would be. Well, because Double or Nothing is this Saturday. I mean, we could always, like, randomly be like, hey, everybody come over. You know?
Yeah.
It's also depending on how I'm feeling, because I don't want to get you guys sick if I don't need to. You know what I mean?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
What was Forbidden Doors? Forbidden Door is a Sunday. June 26th at the United Center.
It's a matter of what I'm doing on Monday.
Yeah. Also, I don't want you guys traveling Memorial Day weekend. Like, that sounds like hell in a handbasket.
You're driving home that Monday,
Yeah.
like, or that Sunday night, or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, driving out of Long Island is just a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know about that. But we'll see. By the way, where the hell's Lance Archer? Is he still under contract or is he just chilling?
He was in a match not too long ago that I think he lost.
Mhm.
Then him and Jake Roberts are kind of just yelling on TV every few weeks.
That's what it's come to. Dude, I think Lance Archer would do wonders in WWE. You're obviously gonna call him the Murder Hawk, but
Hawk. Like, wow, this guy's like Braun Strowman, but better.
yeah. Let's see if I can find some interesting stuff about him. No, that's Adam Schefter's report. All I'm seeing is that everybody's working out Colin Kaepernick.
Dude, him to the Patriots.
Would be the greatest thing in the world. I'd love
It really would be, dude. Just for the sheer ridiculousness of it.
I would buy a Colin Kaepernick Patriots home jersey. I'd buy a Colin Kaepernick Patriots away jersey. I'd buy a Colin Kaepernick Patriots alternate jersey. And the only time I'd wear it is during the most American of holidays. Like, I'm talking 4th of July, Memorial Day weekend, Veterans Day.
Valentine's Day.
Anytime we're really trying to do the America propaganda, I'll be wearing it and taking a knee at the same time.
Dude, at this rate, all the Catholic holidays might as well be American. So we're on those to Easter.
Yeah,
Jesus
Easter.
rose. Guess what? So did Kaepernick.
Oh my god, that's crazy. Let's see what else I can find. But also, our owner, Mark Davis, was like, yeah, if our coaches feel like he's good enough, he deserves a shot. If our coaches think he's good enough, I'm willing to sign him. I'm like, yeah.
Quarterback.
Yeah, because like there are tons of people who need quarterbacks.
I mean, look, I stand by what I've always said. Listen, if someone wants to give Kaepernick a try, God damn it, that is their right. They should be able to do so.
Yeah.
However, if I'm a GM or a coach and I want to stay away from calling Kaepernick, I get it. Like I would personally, I'd be like, I don't want that kind of distraction on my football team. I want to win football games.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you want to stay away from calling Kaepernick, I get it. If you want to offer him a tryout, that's your right.
Yeah, but also winning solves everything.
Of course, winning solves everything. But is he going to win? That's a big question.
Mm-hmm.
Guy's played football in like what, 6 years?
6 years. From what I've seen, he's still in shape.
I bet he is.
Mm.
I give him a tryout. I'm curious to see how he can do.
Yeah, why the fuck not?
You're right. Winning does fix everything, but you also got to win.
Yeah, but it's also very crazy that he couldn't even get a tryout. Like, all right, so like, you know, he couldn't get a tryout because he was, for a while, because obviously he took the NFL to court. I get that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The NFL and the teams don't want to give him a tryout. He took the NFL to court. He ended up winning, obviously. He won the settlement, undisclosed amount of money, which means it was a shit ton of money.
Shit ton of money.
Yeah, that they gave him. But it's over now, and if you need a quarterback, why not give this guy a try? He took a team to the Super Bowl.
He did.
You know?
If you really want to get into football, right? If that's really your end goal to get back into football, being in the public eye so much is doing the exact opposite. Doing the "I am not a role model." Or not? What's that? What? No,
that was Charles Barkley.
No, sorry. His "Just Do It" his Nike commercial.
I like that
his
commercial.
His Netflix special, his documentary on the whole thing,
which I have not watched the Netflix special. I need to.
I haven't either. But like, you know,
oh
his
no,
whole
he had a
public
show. He had Caught in
or
Black
show
and White.
whatever it was.
It was Caught in Black and White. It's about him growing up as a mixed child.
If you want to get back in the NFL so much, don't lean in so hard to the "I'm the kneeling guy."
I don't think he. Well, the Netflix show is about his life. It's about him growing up as a mixed person. But I don't think he's ever leaned into the kneeling guy. Like he's you know, obviously he's not, I don't want to say he championed, but he brought things to light, is what you're supposed to do. And I think all he's wanted to do is be able to play football. And I think that was wrongfully taken away from him from people who jumped the gun about what he was kneeling for, which is crazy because even when he was asked about it, he never lied to them. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like he never like made up some fib and this came out later what he was doing. Like it's always been the truth and forward with him. When he got backlash for it on some made up principle about the flag. You know,
and they weren't even mad at him for the right thing.
Yeah, it's also the thing. Like,
yeah, it's the stupidest thing. Out of all the things that kicked out the NFL for, this was by far
the worst.
The stupidest. Yeah. Like Ray Rice beat up his wife like twice.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, you still have domestic abusers in the NFL. Like, bad people are in the NFL.
Like, put it this way: if Michael Vick can come back and almost have an MVP season like he did with the Eagles that one year, you can bring Colin Kaepernick back.
And look, I was on team let him back. Mike Vick, that being.
I wanted Mike Vick back too.
I was like, listen, what he did was awful. He served his time. His debt is paid. Let him in.
Let him in. He did a great job, and he stuck to his word.
Yeah. And now, like Michael Vick has literally been rehabilitated.
Mm-hmm.
Like now he's an activist.
Yeah. Did you see his 30 for 30 special?
I haven't.
It's really good.
You know, Mike Vick's story has a happy ending. It doesn't excuse what he did, but it has a happy ending.
You know, and it's great. And he says it. He goes, and it was. I liked his story because it was like, this is what I grew up around, and it was part of, you know, my DNA.
Yeah.
You know, and he's like, I learned that this is not what everybody does, and this is kind of frowned upon. You know, it's kind of thing like he had such a small scope of what life was.
Yeah.
And then when you go out into the real world, you think everybody else should act like that, but everybody else doesn't act like that. And so he got a hard dose of a reality check, which cost him everything. But he got it back. He learned from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Kaepernick is just like, he didn't even do anything wrong.
yeah.
He did a peaceful protest.
And he told you why he was doing it.
Yeah. And you got mad at him for not that. It's
it's wild.
It's stupid. Like, you can have an honest conversation about his numbers. We've had this conversation so many different times.
I looked at his numbers.
I don't know enough. I don't know enough about his numbers or what good numbers are to know. But I've heard people say he was just an awful quarterback and on a downhill anyway.
Incorrect.
And then this was a nail in the coffin. That's just a matter of opinion. I don't know.
I'll tell you.
Tell you.
I was looking it up today because I talked to my dad about it. Because my dad's obviously like where I get my Raider fandom from. Because I was like, let me check out his numbers. Number one, he's a perfect size for a QB. He's 6'4". He's billed at 6'4", 230. Great size for a QB or for an athlete in general. His career NFL numbers, 72-30. So above average win percentage. Over 12,000 yards passing. Where he played in the league 5 years. Okay. 72 wins, 30 losses. 12,000 yards passing in 5 years, which means over 2,000, about a little over 2,000 per year. 2 to 3,000 per year, which is pretty standard, pretty average. Completion percentage of 59.8 or 60%. That's if you're a quarterback in the NFL, you want to be hitting at least 60% of your passes. So he was there. Pass rating of 88.9, really, that's above average. Rushing yards, 2,300 rushing yards, which is way above average for a quarterback, and 13 rushing touchdowns. He was doing good. 72-30 touchdown to interception, not win, sorry. 72-30 touchdown to interception. So that's
he sounds like a just average, above average quarterback.
Yeah. And which
is most of the NFL.
Yeah. You know? And he's the only player in division in NCAA history to have 10,000 passing yards, 4,000 rushing yards in a career.
Yeah. I mean, if he was putting up Peyton Manning numbers when this all happened, he would have been back in the league earlier, for sure. He would have taken like a year or two off and then been back.
Yeah, I think it's very interesting.
And props to him for not. I mean, he also could have been back earlier if he just didn't do any kneeling, probably. But props to him for sticking to his guns.
Yeah, I really commend him. He's like, this is what I believe.
Yeah.
You know,
dude. I don't have to agree or disagree with you. I have respect for standing up for what you believe in that hard.
Yeah.
In that way, like you deserve props for that.
Yeah, I didn't like I don't like Kyrie Irving. All the shenanigans he pulled, but it was what he believed, and I can't knock him for that.
Yeah, and Kyrie too. He has millions of dollars. Again, what you're believing is stupid, but hey, you stuck to your laurels. There's definitely a hint of respect in there too.
Mm-hmm. Kyrie's
a
weird man. Kyrie's a weird man.
Strange person.
Very, very weird man.
It's not surprising at all that he didn't want to take the vaccine. Although I did see this morning that Pfizer CEO said on camera at a conference.
Isn't he donating a lot of the vaccine and stuff to other countries?
No, that's the exact opposite of what he's doing.
Oh, never mind.
But he wants to put a microchip in the pills to make sure that people are complying with the pills.
How?
I have no idea how, but he said that on camera.
How is a microchip going to determine compliance?
I don't know, but it's going to track you to make sure that you took the pills. I have no idea. That's what he wants to do.
That makes no sense.
It doesn't make any sense, but that's what he said he wants to do.
Jesus.
It's like, wow, remember this was a conspiracy theory like a few months ago? Looks like they were right again. Looks like Alex Jones. Yeah, I hate saying this. I hate saying when Alex Jones is right, all right? But Alex Jones was right.
But I don't know how that would even work.
I have no idea.
You know.
But science, bitch. It's your Jesse Pinkman line.
You know, I was reading an article about Cap real quick because they were talking about because a lot of people are just like, you don't want that distraction, but he mentioned some good points. He was in an interview and said Says in an interview with the I Am Athlete podcast in April, Kaepernick noted that both his former Niner coaches, Harbaugh and Chip Kelly, said he made the locker room better, contrasting a narrative that he would be a distraction for any team when he signs him. And he goes, in my last year in 2016, my teammates voted me most courageous and inspirational player. So when you're talking about the people that are in the building that has never come out that I've been a distraction, that's never come out that I've been an issue for people I played with. Which is the big thing.
Well, it is the big thing, sure, but that's distraction. I didn't mean the players. I meant the press and the fans.
Well, the press will
social
make it.
media.
Here's the thing: the press will make it a distraction. But if you have a unified front as a team, they'll back off.
I don't know, dude. The fans, though, there's some things you can't control, and the press loves a good story like that. They love a good "fuck you, I'm angry" story. So they'll keep trying. Every single question would be about the kneel. Every single question, every single week, the kneel will come up in press conferences and in questions, and people will not stop. And the ESPN won't stop. Will Bong won't stop. Kornheiser won't stop. Around the Horn won't stop. Like the Michael K show won't stop. We won't stop. You know what I mean? Like everyone will just be talking about it all the time. You can be as united as you want as a team. That shit gets to you. It's just human. It's just what's gonna happen.
I don't know. Especially, here's the thing. It'd be different if Cap was starting. Now, if he goes to the Raiders...
I'm assuming he would be starting to join a team.
No, he'd be a backup. Not at his age. He's 34.
No, in that case, no one's going to give a fuck regardless.
Exactly. So he's going to, unless he goes like the Seahawks or someone who are in desperate need of a QB.
They are in desperate need of a QB. Les Wilson was just like, I'm just going to go to the division real quick.
Yeah, so if he goes to the Raiders, he's not starting over Derek Carr.
No. Oh, yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah, so, it only
No, he might not even start over Mac Jones.
Exactly. And that's just based through time, obviously, and you got to get up to the speed of a game. You know, it's a 6 years a long time to not be playing football competitively. No matter how...
I think nowadays that's the main reason why he's not in the NFL, because he hasn't played in 6 years and he's old.
But also the NFL created that block to begin with.
Yeah, of course.
You know.
That was the point.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, you're too old now. We're not going to sign you. But now Brady at 45 was like, yeah, I'm coming back. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, dude. Now they have a better excuse. Are you kidding me? That's a way better excuse. He's too old. People can be like, oh, yeah,
Well, Brady's like an MVP candidate at 45, so fuck you guys, you know.
They make, listen, would we rather have to be a young guy through the college system or an older Colin Kaepernick, who is by the numbers an above average quarterback for the most part.
And a proven winner in the NFL. I go with the proven winner in the NFL.
Fair enough. Can't argue that logic.
You know, Tebow was a great talent, but he wasn't a proven winner in the NFL.
Tebow was a disappointment.
What happened to him was a disappointment. He was on the right team in the right franchise at the wrong time. I'm talking about him in Denver.
Yeah, him in Denver.
Remember, he won a playoff game. He brought them to the second round of the playoffs. He won that wild card game against the Steelers.
Hey man, at least he didn't butt fumble. All right, I think all football fans can be like, at least he didn't butt fumble.
That's one of the best moments in sports. That is one of the best moments in sports.
It's so funny. I also started calling the Mets the Long Island Mets. Queens is on Long Island. New York, the Yankees play in the Bronx.
Yeah. Step right up and beat the Mets.
Everybody can beat the Mets.
It's also, I found this interesting too, that he made a comment about now. He actually made some good points in this interview that he did that ESPN covered. He says that Kaepernick also said in an interview that today's NFL should be more in alignment with its social views given the league's stance on other matters pertaining to racial relations in the U.S. He's quoted as saying, you have end racism in the back of your end zone, you have Black Lives Matter on your helmet. Everything I've said should be in alignment with what you're saying publicly. And then he goes on to say, it's a $16 billion business, which, my goodness. The NFL worth $16 billion? That's absurd.
Dude, you want to know something even more absurd? Pfizer, as a company, made more money off the vaccine than the entire NFL.
Jesus.
Like, they made almost, like, 3 times more.
My God. So he goes on to say, it's a $60 million business. When I first took a knee, my jersey went to #1. When I did the deal with Nike, because Nike sold, like, a black version of his jersey,
Yeah.
their value increased by $6 billion.
Dude, here's the thing, dude. It's like, if I'm a head coach, it's just like, Colin, I'm happy to have you on my team, but all that talk is just like, can we just play football?
Well, he's
man?
also trying to sell himself on a team. I think, like, once he gets on a team, he knows that he's got a role to play.
Yeah, exactly. Like, don't be a distraction.
Yeah, I think he understands that, but, like, when you're a free agent, you got to sell yourself.
And hey, man, he can talk all the shit he wants. I have no problem with that, but it's just like, once you're on the team, it's just like, bro, like, can we just put this on hold until the off season? Like, we're playing the Jets next week. I know, but come on.
It's just a matter of if he does sign with a team, it's a matter of him and their PR team trying to be like, all right, let's you're on the team now, which is good. Let's see if we can move the focus from everything that you've done in the past to, like, your performances now and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, that
Like,
it becomes a collective effort. It becomes a collective effort.
It's great you're an activist and you're doing what you believe in, but, like, you can't do both.
Yeah,
you can't do both.
Yeah, you could, because the NFL even has my calls, my cleats. Where, like, once a year the NFL players wear whatever cleats in support of whatever activist like thing that they want to do. Like,
yeah, that's just woke capitalism.
Well, that was Max Crosby does has a thing with, like, battered dogs that he supports all the time. So why not Colin Kaepernick do this all the time as well? Obviously, you're not marketing it in every day in the as the league does for, like, once a year, but he can still do it on his own personal stuff.
I can get a little annoying. Colin Kaepernick can annoy me.
Only if he lets you annoy you. I mean, it's not like he's preaching anything down people's throats. I'm not like going out of me and search for Colin Kaepernick stuff.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not either. I don't Google Colin Kaepernick and see what's he up to.
Exactly. So, like, it's Colin. I think he.
Like, I'm glad the only time I hear the name Colin Kaepernick is when he might be returning to football. That's the only time I ever hear his name now, and, like, for, like, the past few years.
Yeah.
But as soon as I hear it, it's kind of like, again. Come on, Colin. Come on now.
I want him to return to football to see how it's handled. It'll be interesting.
Yeah, dude, I think it'd be great. I want to see him back too, just to see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to see what happens.
Imagine if he's good. Imagine if he's good too.
It would be very entertaining to see what happens.
Mm-hmm. Like he's, and he even said in this, he goes, if the NFL's truly a meritocracy, invite me, let me compete. If I'm not good enough, then get rid of me.
Yeah, he's right. He's right.
It's one of those things, like, give a guy a chance to prove himself. And if he proves himself, if he gets the opportunity and he's not up to snuff, then boom, okay, whatever, move on. That was the thing, and I think that's why. Same thing with Tebow. Tebow just, like, gave me a chance to prove myself. It didn't work out. He moved on.
The Mets were like, "We'll give you a chance." Whoops.
Well, he did hit a home run his first at bat. I was like, God damn it.
That was really funny.
I was like, that's fantastic.
And now, do you know what the 404 error page is for Bleacher Report on the app?
Kaepernick?
It's Tim Tebow running face first into the center field wall.
Really?
Yeah, dude, it's
Damn.
hilarious.
Damn.
Like the reload page, it's the 404 error page. It's so funny.
Tebow,
Oh, it's just Tebow face planting into the wall.
Tebow just had bad timing because you know why Tebow left Denver, right?
No.
So, John Fox and the management. Well, John Fox was the coach that drafted Tebow, and they were making it work. Like I said, they made the playoffs. Denver was courting a new GM, and that new GM was John Elway. So John Elway becomes a new GM, and it's also the same time that Peyton Manning's contract with the Colts was over.
Oh, Peyton came in.
Yeah.
Honestly, dude, I take Peyton Manning.
I
over some
like
people.
I don't blame them. It's just shitty timing. And of course Peyton killed it. And what the shame was, he went to the Jets, and Jets were like, we're going to use Tebow correctly, blah, blah, blah. And they made him a gimmick of what he was. And it just didn't work out.
they made the Jets.
Yeah, they made him a Jets. Yeah, that was the issue. They made him a Jets.
Dude, nothing's funnier to me than a Jet Met fan.
I know a couple. I know a bunch of them.
I know a bunch of them. It's just like, you guys are so lovable. You're such losers.
It's like, you guys really enjoy suffering a lot.
But you must have loved the 80s. The 80s was like your... Oh, you weren't alive in the 80s?
Ooh.
Ask your dad.
Yeah, Jets, Mets fans. One of my good friends that I've known all my life, listen to this fandom. He is a Mets fan, a Dallas Cowboys fan, and a Notre Dame college football fan.
Jeez.
I was like, you just love disappointment, don't you? Like, he's the one where, because I always talk to him every time the Cowboys, like, blow it, which, like, every year. He goes, dude,
Always.
He goes, I've gotten to the point where it's not a matter of when the Cowboys are going to blow it. It's a matter of how are they going to do it this year.
How are they going to do it this time? Last year's was really funny. They couldn't get the playoff.
No, they ran, because they ran the fucking ball.
They ran the ball,
They ran a
dude.
QB sneak, because it's so stupid.
So stupid. What were you thinking? Why would this work?
It's so funny. Oh my god, are you on Instagram right now?
No, what we got?
So there's a guy, I think I might have told you about him before, but look up Mr. Go 30. So MRGO and then 30, all one word. And he does film session stuff of like all these classics of like a bunch of random plays from the year, or like basketball and football, and he just shits on them.
Brendan Clinton.
Yeah. He's fucking hysterical. Just find a team you like. There's one with the Dallas Cowboys, like a little bit ways down.
It's my job to give the ball to Derrick Henry. That's funny.
You should not.
Mm.
He shits on like everybody's favorite team. It's great.
I think it's bedtime.
Yeah, I'm about to go to. Is everything uploaded?
Yes, sir.
Nice. Mia wants to retire with Impact. Interesting. Alright, everything's uploaded. Alright, I'll upload it. Because all the description stuff is good. Alright, dude, let's get the fuck out of here. We've been streaming this whole time. Sorry, guys, for all of our BS. But, yeah, we're going to get the fuck out of here. So it's
Bitch.